Please.
And hey, we're live!
Shit! No, I'm kidding.
Don't worry. That's how some people always come to this channel. They're just like, wait a second, I'm here? Oh no.
Oh no.
Uh,
Oh, I
Do we have a tweet? Oh, we have a tweet, don't we?
Yes, we do.
just scroll up in general a little bit.
Oh god, I'm so behind
I'm
on my
gonna go to
homework.
Twitter and do it. It's easier. For me.
It is on Twitter.
I mean, one of the advantages soon, like when they at least didn't let each that new character limit, I can then start properly tagging people and not have to worry about the episode description whenever I tweet these things.
Yes.
Yeah, and that is actually my white mage sticker, by the way. Tweets.
Beautiful.
Oh my god.
Oh. Our
You're
delightful group. How I treasure you so.
I have to say thank you. I want to say thank you guys because like friends group is just growing from here.
That's
No.
Again, mistake.
Yeah.
Maybe the real treasure from this heist were the friends we made along the way, and not the stone that we are hired to get. Because if we don't find it, we're dead, and our families are dead. Well, I mean, Knave's
yeah,
family
only
is
me.
dead.
Only me.
Thanks.
That just absolutely deteriorated immediately.
Only me.
My eternal suffering.
Meanwhile, Jardani's in the back just stroking his chin. I would actually like to see Xanathar fight Babushka.
Yeah, I would like this.
I'd pay good money for that.
Yes, I wouldn't survive watching to the end, but it would be a good.
No.
It would be good.
It would make for good television.
Oh no, I have to invent television. I'm not smart enough. Need help?
Help me. There we go.
Leave me out of this.
Never. You will all suffer along with me.
True. Why did I not
Also-
go to Emily for actually building something? I have
Also,
every-
what
So me
does
just
this mirror
dragging
do?
here
We still
along.
don't know.
Also, it'd help if I pulled up my thing that lets me interact with chat.
That would be useful.
I have a tablet to do that. It's called an
As
iPad.
do I. As do I. High five. Eh. Very good.
Did you not think to hit clap, like clap your hands for the sound?
No, you see, it was funnier if I just went, eh.
I'm just
The
imagining
motion
little,
was all there.
I was imagining your little Bob's Big Boy avatar trying to high five Blue's Blue Mage. I know, White Mage.
Exactly.
I'm a white mage, how dare you?
How dare you?
I am Blue, the white mage. Think about it.
Exactly. This is how it all works. This is
No,
Blue
ser-
the White Mage, followed by Red the Black Mage, followed by... It's like it just keeps getting more confusing.
Alright, well then let's start going around the horn introducing folks so that way we can start getting into things. Tweets, how about you start us off?
Oh shit. I mean, hi. When I'm not busy trying to eat some French fries and ribs, you can find me over at my Twitter at Miss Tweetums, where I repost memes and occasionally post art. I actually have something that I'm going to be part of tomorrow and Super Bowl Sunday. I'm going to be part of a Pokemon tournament over at twitch.tv/MontyGlue with 7 other lovely participants as we fight our way at a Pokemon Denny's parking lot in the Scaly Dog Tournament. I cannot pronounce names. I'm so sorry.
You got there. You got there.
It'll be 2 p.m. PST time at, once again, twitch.tv/MontyGlue. Be there or not. I mean, that's your choice.
I mean, I will definitely be there because not only are you in it, also another one of our mini-series players, Theropod Art, will be competing in it. So I gotta rep 2 people. I'll be a one-man cheering session, which means that at 3 o'clock my time, I'm going to the liquor store and getting a case of beer.
Right. As God intended.
So yeah.
Alright, Blue, where can people find you?
You can find me as Blue Casanate both on Twitch and Twitter, but you can also find me playing as another tiefling who's going through a traumatic arc currently over on D6 D&D Live Twitch channel and our Twitter page. There's a lot going on. It's one of the games that I found myself bawling and trying to talk at the same time. Let me tell you, it is a talent. Other than that, yeah, you've come to the right place if you want to see me play a tiefling that's absolutely full of violence.
True. An incredible amount of violence in such a tiny frame.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sarah, where can people find you?
I'm on Twitter and YouTube at Sarah with an H and with an E Willia. Saturdays, I play with the Unexpectables on Gateway. Thursdays, I stream with Rabbit. Hey, Mr. Rabbit. Yeah, what's new? Make My Days dropped on Netflix. It's sort of a sci-fi horror thing, and I play Sarah. Weird enough. Haha. So go check that out if you have Netflix and want to see some CG anime.
I was about to say, that sounds like the role you were born to play.
Born and die. Yeah.
Oof. And JC, where can people find you?
People can find me at various places, such as, but not limited to, Twitter, Jacob Carlson VO, TikTok at Jacob Carlson VO, JC Doodles at a variety of places, such as Discord and also Twitter, but I don't use that one often. And recently, I also just did a collaboration on TikTok with Logan Laidlaw of Project Mouthwash, Bleacher Bridge, Fade Abridged. He does all those stuff over on my TikTok, so go check that out. We're playing both heads of the Demon Prince Demogorgon.
Damn.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
It was lots of fun. Yes, it was lots of fun.
Oh. All right. Well, and then you've already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on YouTube and Twitter at the same thing, where, yeah, a lot of things have happened. I wasn't prepared for one of my D&D games to become a single teen father who is also a cyborg. But, you know, the dice roll as they roll, and so now I'm going to have to raise a sentient pumpkin. If you want to know what's going on there, you should probably check out Cholta Personality every Tuesday. And then we come back with yet another episode of Saved by the Spell next week, where we're fighting the legally distinct but similar to Green Goblin as a bunch of college students. So I'm sure nothing will go wrong. He only almost killed me once already.
This is fine.
Yeah, turns out if you can walk on walls, it doesn't automatically make you Spider-Man. I've learned this lesson as my character.
Yes, I saw you mention that in the D6 chat. All the while me crying, like, yeah, I get that.
But
Big
now...
mood.
Yeah. Ooh. But before my throat kills me, I think it's time for us to go into our lovely theme song made by someone from that same game I was just talking about, one X Wily Willy. So please, let me just lead us in. Do-do-do-do-do.
Got the big thirst, JC.
That's exactly the best thing to come into after that song.
Big thirst. Here, I'll post it so that way our dear viewers can see. Behold. No. Behold.
Let me switch over to the game screen.
Big thirst.
Well, no, first they're seeing the spinning JC because I love that one, and now...
Yes. Now they see the big thirst. Big sippy.
Meanwhile, we have, as always, added to the doodles to the point now we are just playing Where's Waldo when we start every game.
It's true. Dear viewers, can you see what's new? Da 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 da.
Can you?
I mean, you say that, but most of our viewers are going to see this on YouTube, where they have the advantage of the pause button and its powerful
Darn
magic.
them. Darn the pause viewers. Wait, are we on the okay, we are on home screen. I want to make sure. But yes, and so without further ado, so that way we might get into things, let's go for the recap. And for today we have Volo's dead. Xanathar is impounded.
Wait, Volo's
Volo's dead?
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it. He'll get better.
Wait, what? No, wait, backtrack there. Wait, what?
Vincent, help me out here. Oh, yes, of course. I would be more than pleased to assist in ruminating upon the healing nature of what just happened. And also, so that way we can actually know why there was a giant fireball scorch in the area. So, last time, upon the retrieval of the intended package known as Flume Blagmar, the group was informed that therein payment would be in the form of a piece of property known as the Troll Skull Manor in the eponymous Troll Skull Alley. Now, with that, of course, they found it to be derelict, downright distasteful, and generally bad. In addition to this, however, they also found it to be highly haunted by some sort of apparition, which they then, after beating it senseless, came to
beat it senseless, sir. We threatened it with arson.
Yeah, potato, who can say?
I was there.
But wherein they discovered that the apparition's name was Lif, and was the former proprietor of the Troll Skull Manor, when it was a bar. After which, and the possession of Volo for the brief moment by Lif, and also the possession of Neve for the brief moment by Lif, they came across my fine establishment, which is, of course, the Tiger's Eye Private Investigative Services, wherein we went back and forth discussing the nature of their particular identities and problems, where I was persuaded to assist them with their location of the Stone of Galore, which would lead them to the Dragon Horde. Now, meanwhile, after speaking with me, they made their way to the Go-Between, wherein they discovered the presence of someone known as the Herbalist, who appeared to be some sort of demonic lamia-type creature, who had a particular liking for the one known as Neve. After that, and a bit of cat and mouse back and forth, they emerged outward, with time skipping just a little bit, to find a giant smoking crater in the very alley with which they arrived from. And that leads us to now.
Yes. A pit of fire.
A pit of fire.
Well, a charred pit of fire that is no longer fire.
Mildly steaming on fire.
Mildly crispy.
Mildly crispy.
Like 30% crispy.
30%. But yes, and so, as you all have exited out from the Go-Between, did the music stop? Or am I deaf? It did stop. How dare it? Got to hit loop. There we go. The band stopped for the first time ever.
The band stopped because the smoldering was getting in their eyes. They couldn't see.
Exactly. The band, kick it back up, boys. So, as I mentioned, you all emerged out towards this alley-ish, wherein you came... here, I'll put a ruler. You kind of came out from this way here.
Where? Oh, okay, I see it now.
Okay.
Yes, right about here. Where you can now see over towards this area, where there is the giant smoking crater, which is bad.
Is our property untouched?
Your property is untouched.
Yeah,
aside
our
from
literally right here. If you can see
probably a little bit of aside.
Maybe a few pieces of rocks on the roof now.
Yeah, unfortunate. It looks like it narrowly missed Coraline's crown as well.
Well, thank God for that.
Don't look at me. I didn't do that.
Aren't we?
Jar Johnny's just thinking to himself, invest in homeowners insurance.
Been burned house down.
Oh, why would he do that? He needs a home. He's homeless.
Yes.
Not
So,
necessarily.
He has a home now.
yes, the floor is yours, so to speak.
Well, I believe the last time I mentioned that when we stepped out and that happened, Asumi went up full disguise again. Because crowds of people. So.
Yes, of course.
We should probably investigate. If anything, this might have been a Zentarum attack.
Why?
Well, I mean, they know I'm in town and that I did leave them a threatening message.
But somehow they know exactly when you got a brand new house?
True, but Volo's involved.
Maybe.
Volo's
Maybe we
involved,
should-
Xanathar's involved. You really don't think this has to do with all four of us at this point?
Asumi's already walking ahead in her disguised self to get a closer look.
Emily is like walking a little bit faster. Is like, well, either way, we should probably make sure no one got seriously maimed or hurt or dead in this case.
I mean, is that really our job?
I mean, it's right by our new house, kind of. So,
Do I look like a healer to you?
no, but you can help move bodies.
I can help do something else with bodies, but I'm not going to say that out loud.
Oh. Okay, let's just go check it out real quick.
Listen, this is Asumi. Emily should not be surprised in the least bit.
And yet,
And yet, I still find myself pleasantly surprised.
There you go. I placed all of you, so that way feel free to move in order to examine the scene as you please.
Not that one.
So I'd assume perception checks.
Go ahead. Yes, I will also here. Let me. Nope. Let me make these visible so that way you guys can at least see the situation. So there's Tiger.
Ah, I see you. Suddenly, floating words.
Yes, massive floating words. Where did
Oh
these
my-
come from?
oh
you go.
God, is that what attacked the street?
Killer fonts!
Dun, 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 trrrr.
Oh no, Comic Sans, our greatest enemy.
Ah, it's so kitschy looking.
Just careful, if bleeding cowboys here, we're out.
Somewhere there's just a mildly perturbed floating DM.
Am I allowed to slap guidance on myself?
Sure.
Yeah, you're allowed
Yeah, I'll
to.
do that.
Let me see. Am I still cursed?
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Oh, where's my perception?
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure it's fine.
Why don't you
30
throw-
to-
let's see if
thir-
we can get-
I'll roll it regardless. You know what? I don't know how much better can get. I just like knowing.
Let's get a 30. Whoa, 31!
That's a 31.
Yeah.
Nothing escapes my fucking vision, yo.
Yes, so as you're looking over, you well familiar with the trademarks of, shall we say, cadavers. You can easily see that there are 11 people that were just charred to a crisp.
Jeez.
Anything on them that we'd recognize?
Yes.
They're charred to
so,
a crisp.
Despite that, you're still able to look over, like a portion of them might be as if it happened very suddenly. Like they're absolutely dead. There are still identifying factors, which Neve, with the massive 31, can determine 1 elderly female, 2 cloaked male humans, 2 female humans, 1 male half-elf. Let's see here. 1 male gnome and 2 female halflings who
We're not gonna get all
appear
these
to
as-
have. I'm sorry, and 1 more and 2 male halflings as well.
We're not going to get all these ghosts in our place, are we?
Who doesn't?
Oh god, that is gonna be interesting.
Hope not. We already have one.
Just
We don't
turns
need
into the
another.
Haunted Mansion from Disney.
Ooh, 99 spirits. I like it.
Yeah. But yes, so those are the ones that you can at least tell right now.
Could I get a list of that real
Yes,
quick
yeah.
from my notes?
Yes. Here, let me. Darn it, there's no easy way to copy you. Fine. I'll just manually talk amongst yourselves while I grab all of these. Should I omit any important information?
I'm
That
just
is
gonna
not
wait for you to
prevalent.
finish, then I'll copy paste. That makes my life easier.
Yeah.
Not yours,
Daniel.
but mine.
Thank you, Mr. DM.
Thank you.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
We love and appreciate your hard work as DM.
Bribery will get you everywhere.
Even inspiration?
Let's not push it.
Every DM, if you want inspiration, you should have had a bard.
Exactly. You all had that option.
If we had a bard, we would have been competing against the background music.
Yeah, let's be honest. We'd be losing out on the best character of the series, the band.
Exactly. Dueling banjos. There's your information, you vultures.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. I appreciate you.
Giordano will just kind of like lean towards the person he's next to in that crowd and just be like, "Does anyone know what happened here?"
As you lean in, you see the familiar figure of Vincent Trench. Well, it is quite convenient that you arrived at such a time. I have good and bad news for you.
Oh.
He takes a long puff of his cigarette holder.
Hold on, before you say anything. You're not charging us
wait.
for this, are you?
No, this is in relation to the previous job, which you already hired me for.
Fair enough. Continue.
The good news is that I found the courier.
Bad news.
Bad news, he points to the gnome. That is the courier.
Seems
Boy.
about right.
So there's a high chance that that stone is long gone again.
I mean, I have not made any moves to ascertain with which this occurred. It kind of just happened. I'm going to level with you. You guys came in a good time.
JC, is there any guards at the scene?
Hey, Emily.
Not yet. However, you're familiar with Waterdeep enough that a thing like this is going to have a fairly quick response time.
Hey, Emily. Do you want to go slip into an alleyway for a second? Go vanish and see if you can check the body without being noticed real quick to see if that stone's on him? That'd be real nice.
I will try my best to sneak into an alleyway.
You're the sweetest.
And I will try to go sneak into an alleyway.
Go ahead and give me stealth.
Oh god.
With advantage, because this whole scene.
Wait.
No one's paying attention to you specifically.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Just wanted to
Everyone's
double
like,
check
oh
something.
My goodness, a bomb!
17.
17? Yes, you are able to easily slip in without much notice.
Alright, and I'm gonna do a quick... I don't know where the body is. I'm just placing Emily here for now. I will do a quick investigation on the body.
Okay.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Oh god, investigation. That's a 26.
Yes. So as you scamper forward, and you are invisible, correct?
Oh wait, I forgot I could do that spell. Oh shit!
Do it!
Yeah, let me.
Oh, the extent of my own power.
She
Let me
just
take a
walks into the alley,
No, I
forgets why
forgot.
she walked in, walks.
Wait, step back a little bit.
Well, that's the extent of my abilities.
Yeah. Take a couple steps back, turn invisible, and then okay. Sorry. Listen. I may have one brain cell after working with children today, so I do.
It's focused on ribs.
I'm focused on ribs.
You focused on going to alleyway and missed what I said, invisibility.
Yeah.
It was go into the alleyway.
Well, no, it's like
Oh,
Sumi's
Lord.
like going to the alley. Sumi, please, we're on duty.
Oh my.
The secret ship knew about. Oh no.
Exactly. Oh Lord.
Sumi, there's a time and place for that kind of thing, and now's not the time nor place. Yeah, I will go invisible before I do
Lord
this.
above. Yes.
Oh my
Okay. Beautiful. So you're invisible
I'm
as you
invisible.
scamper forward, patting down the both the bodies. You kind of pull up one of the sleeves of one of the figures, which you notice has a black winged snake tattoo on his right forearm,
Okay.
which, in case it does not readily spring to memory, is the Zentarum symbol. Also, as you make your way through, looking over everything, the halflings, as best you can tell, were probably musicians, given the now charred flute and fiddle. Meanwhile, the humans and the half-elf look too plain to be any thugs or anything like that. You estimate maybe they might be like butler, servants, something along those lines. But specifically the gnome, interestingly, has almost what appears to be dry sewage on his boots and cloak. And he also has a pouch, as best you can tell.
El Robot, wait, did the ghost band get blown up?
Yes, yes, it did. They're all dead. This is the story of how they became the ghost band.
Aww.
So dry sewage on shoes and then pouch.
Yes, pouch.
Alrighty.
If you are wanting to swipe the pouch, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand.
It will be with because I am using my gloves of thievery as well.
Aha! They finally come in handy.
Ha 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 ha.
Uh,
Puns.
yes. So I have to double check.
Join.
They should
yes.
give you expertise.
Yeah.
Oh man,
So that is
that barely
can't-
passes.
barely passes.
Yeah, as you just dink. And so as you take a moment to look inside, you find what appears to be about 5 gemstones, probably worth, I don't know, altogether probably a couple hundred.
Okay. So.
But the stone doesn't appear to be on his person.
Beans.
However, Neve,
Yo.
you swear you heard a noise from probably up here.
Well. How high is that?
That one's probably gonna be about 30-ish feet, with the ones below them probably being more like 15.
I can probably jump about 10 feet, can I?
Let's see, and just in general, I believe you have, do Haragon get any normal bonus to their jump, or is it only the Haragon, like, jump ability?
Lord.
Like-
That's a good question. I only know what my movement speed is.
Give me 1 second, I can pull it up.
Yes.
Do-do-do.
So I'd say otherwise you can just do an
Actually,
acro-
Giordani,
yeah.
how tall are you?
I am about 6 foot,
Skip
4.
up. Boom. I'll say go ahead if you want to jump off Giordani to try to scramble up the building.
I can cause
Well,
a distraction while
I
we
got
do
one
that.
more. I got one more rabbit hop in me.
Yeah.
So if he can get me, if he's 6 foot and get me up the extra 4, then that'll give me the 30 feet I need.
I'll give
Giordani
the
will-
distraction of thaumaturgy causing minor tremors in the burnt hole over there to freak people
Oh
out.
Lord.
Yeah, just kind of beckon over to Giordani, like, come on.
Giordani will walk over behind you, then kneel down so you can just put a foot on his shoulder.
There you go.
Yep. With the if he will give me a boost, I will rabbit hop up to that roof where I heard that sound.
Alrighty, so as you boing up there,
Boing!
boing boing. As you do so, go ahead and just to determine the speed at which you're doing so, go ahead and give me just a general initiative check.
All right. That's an 18.
18. So as you get up there, you barely manage to catch what appears to be a cloaked, hunched-over figure that was moving off the roof. As you do, you just barely manage to catch a glimpse of its face, which almost appears to be an oily black shadow with these two giant white eyes as it saw you and then just jumps off the roof.
Which direction did you jump off?
This way.
Assuming we'll message going, what do you see up there?
Oh, wait, sorry, I'm pulling the map.
Right about here, to your south.
Yeah. I cast message so that she can communicate with me.
We got a runner, just jumped off the roof to the south.
I gotcha. I'm gonna use Asumi's full 50 feet of speed of crazy to get around the backside.
I'm gonna hang on, I gotta check this.
So let's see here.
Yep. Can I use Misty Step to get as close to him as I can?
Let's see, yeah. So if you wanted to do, let's see, Misty Step plus your movement. You know what, for this, I'm gonna now put us at initiative. So, just because that's kind of the way that this has gone.
Yep.
So let me get him pulled up here.
Am I hitting initiative then now too?
Yeah, go ahead and hit initiative before you move.
Oh. Damn.
Do I have to re-roll? I had a good initiative.
No, you may.
Yay!
You may keep yours.
And you
We'll
go
just say
before
that-
me because you have better decks.
Yes. And then you.
Who's you?
I meant Sarah, because we both have
Okay.
18s.
Okay, I was like, what? There's more than just a few of us in this chat.
And let's see here. Is that? Yeah, that was silent. Good. Okay. So.
Meanwhile, I also see something that might come into play here, and I may just abuse this.
Alright. Okay, perfect. So with Neve's turn taken care of there, that would bring us next to the thing here. So as it was about
initiative. I gotta
here,
think about some things.
just to see that way down, and then yeah, I would be able to do that. Okay, so yep, that is its turn.
So I'm guessing next is Yardani?
Next will be Emily.
Oh, Emily.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're right.
No, I was
Yardani
gonna say,
was before.
I was
yeah,
like-
no,
I was gonna say, wait.
I'm pretty sure
I-
that's 4 less.
yeah, I completely zoned out. Yeah, Yardani is before that. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, having seen Asumi run off after using message with Neve, Jardine is going to turn in the direction that he knows Emily went in and just yell out as loud as he can, "Emily, we have a runner!" And then start running down with a dash. So that's, let me double check my movement speed here. Okay, so yeah, it's only 30. This is what happens when you have multiple characters with different movement speeds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Citra is level 12 now and has 55 movement speed, and I'm at level 10 with this one with 50. Like, let me just tell you, I'm enjoying this.
Yes, isn't that nice? Okay, perfect. So then, all right, then its turn goes. Now, Emily, sorry. Go ahead.
All right. So, do I see which way they are running to?
You
By
just
chance.
saw Yardani bolt off, and then once it is Asumi's turn, you will also see
Yeah.
Asumi bolt off.
All
I'm
right.
just saying, I just left my marker there because I knew where it was gonna go.
Yes.
All right.
And
I will. Hold up. I got math. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 45, 50, 55. Okay, I will. Still invisible. I'm going to dash
Do.
and come right up behind Asumi.
I'm probably gonna
Or-
use the. I'm not there yet. I'm
Yeah.
last. I just left my marker there. She's still technically over here.
Okay.
Yes.
In that case,
Because I'm probably gonna dash, but I wanted to see where the 50 ended, so I knew where to go from there.
Okay,
Yes.
so I think when I did this math, I think I'm right here from my spot, and I'm just gonna keep invisibility for now, just in case we need the element of surprise.
Okay, cool. Very good. And then that brings us now to Asumi, who now
Cool.
peels out around the corner.
Where did you say the guy was?
Yeah, we need a
Uh,
token for this guy.
That's an excellent question. So you see, when did you provide a description for what he looked like, Neve?
I'm pretty sure they would have through the
The
message.
black
Right.
cloaked guy.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold
Let's
on.
just assume I did for the sake of.
Yes. More so, I should say. What would
I
you
mean,
have
if there's
described
no
him
one
as?
else, it doesn't look like there's no one there except for him. So I mean, if he's the only guy hanging around there, I
Yeah.
feel
Right.
like it could be assumed because you got all these guys hanging around here, you got all these guys again. It's a nice little place right here that's got nothing going on. Yeah, it's good.
True. Yes. What would you have described him as? I assume the pretty much black shadow-looking thing with the glowing white eyes.
A goopy guy with white eyes.
Cloaked guy with a face that looks like it's the abyss.
Yeah.
And
all
it
right.
stares
beautiful.
back.
Stares back.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, as assuming you peel out, you don't see anyone,
Hmm.
which is why he doesn't have a token.
Huh.
So wait, did I just waste a Misty Step?
Oh no, I assume it hasn't come to your turn. now.
Okay. Well, at
Yeah,
least
so
I
you
didn't
haven't
waste
wasted
that
nothing.
then.
Don't worry, you haven't wasted anything yet.
I'm gonna maybe assume it's invisible, and she's gonna use her whip since it has a 10-foot reach and kind of spin it around her if it's anywhere near her.
Okay. Specifically in this area right here.
Yeah, just surrounding her with a 10-foot reach. She's gonna use it kind of like as like a little AOE real quick, not trying to actually attack, but like to see
Right.
if she
so to
can
kind
find
of
it.
Feel if,
Yep.
as you do the whip spin,
Yep.
from what you can tell, there doesn't seem to be anything in that area around you, at least in that 10-foot radius.
Huh. Do I see any footprints or anything like that on the ground?
You do.
Where?
You see that there were a few various areas that were walking, a few that seem to be like a horse and cart. You do see some that were heading towards this way, specifically.
Over here?
Towards that general area, yeah. Like towards the groups of people.
Right. Who's gonna be up next after this? Because if anything,
that
she
will be Neve.
Cool. I will, since I still have message going on with Neve, she'll be like, I think this thing went back up the road closer to that group of people. It might be invisible.
All right.
So it's like in between the two streamers, I guess, a bunch of people, but before Emily and Yordani. Right in that middle space over here. Like, and she's looking in that direction. Does she see anybody else?
As you are looking in the area, you see these two groups specifically would be the ones closest to that area, but they are crowds of people at this stage.
We have civilians, though. Be careful. No murderous intent. That's all I can do.
That's my only option.
Let me up.
Mind
let me
you,
up.
is-
Let me up. Let me up. Let me up.
Yeah, and Sumi is still looking like a human, so she doesn't look like her normal self.
Yes.
Alright, then I guess it's your turn, Neve, because there's not much I can do.
Cool. All right. Yeah, that'll work because I think the distance to this side of the roof is about 40 feet.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I am gonna actually hit up Misty Step
Cool.
for that 30 feet,
Boom.
and then I will use, since that's just a bonus action, I still have an action and my movement.
Of course.
I'll use extra 10 feet of movement to get to the edge where I can see down where she's indicating.
Yep. I'm just doing this so you can see on the map.
Yeah, oh no, keep doing it. I love it. Let me look at this. I just need to look at the radius. So there's that. I just want to see. Oh no, come on. Give me my ruler. I need my ruler. So what's about... Oh, yeah, that's gonna cover. That'll cover real nice.
Be careful of the civilians, Neve.
Oh, don't worry. This won't hurt
Fair.
nobody.
Okay. You
Neve
make me
is
proud.
going... Neve is going to cast in the area she's indicating fairy fire.
Fairy fire. Okay.
Ooh, yes.
So
Each
let's
oh,
see.
hang on, let me do the thing where you can actually see the goddamn. How do I do that again? Show that so you can see the
Display in
thing.
BTT, top right.
That
There you
thing.
go.
There you go. Okay.
Cause guess what? Any affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible.
True. Very true. So
True.
as you and what's the let's see, the radius on that
20-foot
is,
cube.
20-foot cube. So what's the cube that you're specifically doing here? So would it be like from, I guess, from here to here-ish?
Yeah, I'd
Is that right?
say so.
It needs to make
Okay.
a deck save though.
Yes. So as you do so, this entire group of people just get just absolutely covered in what can only be described as very sparkly glitter.
Aw, you guys look so cute.
Yes. As well as this area, all of the area in the in that cube, just completely a massive glitter glitter
Glitter
bomb.
bomb.
Yeah. And so all of those are now affected by fairy fire. Nothing outside of that group seems to be hit by that.
Does anything that looks like it was invisible for a second is now showing? Anything?
It doesn't look like anything. If it was invisible in that area, it would absolutely be showing, which can only mean that the thing wouldn't be invisible, if that is the area that it's located in.
Messages. If message is still up, just messages back.
Yeah.
Don't think he's invisible. He's
No,
probably
that's-
one of those people. Actually, then.
He would have to change his outfit pretty quick, and I don't think he did.
So none of the people down there have cloaks on.
Or
Also,
he's
go ahead
using.
and give me a perception check real quick.
Can we
Who,
both
me?
do it?
Sure, yeah, both of you can do it together. Why not?
Sure.
Unless it's using disguise self, like me. Hey, I'm
14.
not cursed! A dirty 20!
Very good. So, assuming as you look up on this little area right here, you know, the little, what would that be? An
A
awning?
tarp? Yeah.
Yeah, tarp. You see what appears to be a cloak.
Mother trucker! Like, just a hanging cloak or someone?
A hanging cloak.
Yeah, he dipped the cloak, and she's gonna pick it off or whatever it is that's sitting on. You know, just... That's evidence.
Of course.
Is there anything on it? Or in it?
It seems to be a very, like, indistinct cloak. Like, it was specifically chosen so that way it had no connection
So-
to anything.
Party City, generic black coat. Got it.
Party City generic black cloak. You got it. It probably actually would be maybe like a similar red to the roof here.
Well, that's clever.
He's got freaking white eye, black face, and freaking. He's got like an abyss face and white eyes. I don't know how he can hide. Unless he's a shapeshifter or something. Dang it.
That's always possible.
Shifters. Okay. Anything else on your turn, Neve?
Nope. That's everything I can do.
Cool. That brings us now to the. It's his turn. No, it's not his turn. It is Yardani's turn. I keep somehow skipping Yardani in my head.
Don't worry, don't worry. I mean, it's gonna be a pretty meh turn because I am human fighter.
Human fighter. The only thing left. Punch all of the civilians. See which one changes back.
I mean,
Don't
you
worry,
say
he'll be
that, but
fine.
you say that, but Jardani can and would do that. But instead,
Yardani don't.
Jardani's gonna immediately come out, see all this glitter bomb going off, and be like, okay, because he has no idea about any of the strategy that's been happening. So
Yes. Everyone seems very distressed that they were just glitter bombed.
yes,
Don't tell anyone the glitter is actually spores.
I mean, the other thing you could be looking for is that you've got
It's
regular
actually
civilians that would
asbestos.
panic, and then you've got one that's just probably stone-faced. That's not your Donnie.
well, yeah. I mean, I was gonna ask. So JC, could I use my
Yeah.
passive perception to see if anyone is like looking to try to be especially inconspicuous or trying to get out of that group of people that was just fairy fired?
That's an excellent question. I would say it wouldn't be passive perception, but you may absolutely, if you're looking over everyone, go ahead and make a perception check.
All right, don't fail me now. It failed me now.
Ah,
Let's see, that was
I mean,
oh no.
could Emily?
I mean, that's just
Hey,
sad.
I could check. Would I be allowed to do a perception?
I would say it would be on your turn.
Okay.
Which I think is
Right.
up next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then, all I will say is that Giordani, while not trying to actively make any of the people nervous, will definitely reach behind his back and then not fully pull his hand from behind his back, but now he has a gun.
Okay. That is that doesn't make people feel comfortable.
Well,
Are you
again, like I
trying
said,
to-
his hand isn't fully, but it's not fully out from behind his back now.
I
He's not here to make them feel comfortable.
All right. Good to know.
God.
Let's just put it this way: if this guy now sees let's put it this way: if this guy's related to any of the people in the underworld. He saw Giordani come out from an alley and then reach his hand behind his back. He should know about
True.
what's about to happen.
No, that's a very fair assessment. Meanwhile,
I think Asumi's just gonna keep an eye on the other group just in case for the time being.
sure. So this other one down here?
Yeah, she's paying attention to them while they got their eyes on that.
Absolutely. Go ahead. Meanwhile, that will be his turn, and that brings us to Emily.
Right. I guess seeing the fairy fire and all this, I guess Emily will look around for like anybody that's kind of like quote unquote suspicious or like, just Like,
Yes.
keep an eye out. Perception. That's a nine.
God!
That's a
9. That is interesting. Let's see here. So I'm just looking over a few things. Give me one moment.
I mean, I think it's my turn next, isn't it?
Yes, I'm just looking over a few things to resolve that.
Oh, I have an idea.
Yes. Let's see. Absolutely. It doesn't know. Okay. Okay. So, Emily, as you're looking over, you see at least there are a few people that are unsettled by everything that's happened. They've been glitter bombed, and now there is a man who is in a brandishing position. It's like, what's going on here? Why is his hand behind his back? All of them look perturbed, confused, and at least one is kind of like focused on Yardani specifically, like looking at him.
Like stare down or scared?
It's a hard way to say it on that. It would probably be more like, what is he doing? Does he know something here? What's going on? And almost kind of like a style.
Like a what did I walk into situation.
Almost like,
Oh, no.
Where did that come from?
I've got a description. It's horrible, but if you'll indulge
yeah?
me, this is the
Yeah?
guy who's immediately looking at Giordani, who's going, "Why do I hear pumped up kicks?"
Oh my god!
Yes, that's truly
What's
bad.
funny is I have somebody wants to know in my head right now.
Yes, exactly. But that would be the only one that it tips you off. It appears to be a generic human. Kind of messy brownish hair, kind of tired eyes, a bit on the older side. But that would be the only thing that you would see, Emily.
Emily will probably take a step this way.
Okay.
So if next round she'll maybe look down the alleyway to see if the guy for some reason ducked into here.
Okay, yeah, absolutely, of course. And that would bring us now to Asumi.
Yeah, so Sumi's gonna go on a limb here and assume that normal civilians are probably gonna panic and run, whereas a guy trying not to die is gonna be hella focused on probably the nearest threat being, obviously, Yardani. She's gonna cast a minor illusion, and it's gonna sound like a dragon roar erupting above them.
Okay. Go ahead and...
It's
This
just a
would
minor
be
illusion, it's a
a-
cantrip, so I can't roll anything.
Right, I was going to say, given that this is essentially a... it's almost a deception check, I'd say.
Let's see. If the creature uses an action to examine the sound or image, so it has to be on their turn, the creature can determine that it is an illusion with a successful intelligence check, which he can, but I feel like civilians aren't going to do that, so it'll out him.
No, true. So, let's see, you're just doing the... Oh, this is going into a whole thing here. Interesting.
She's trying to get the people to disperse, so when shit goes and hits the fan, we can't get in trouble for hurting civilians.
No, that's fair.
Might get sued for, like, I don't know, emotional trauma, but...
Yeah, so as you make the roar...
Yep, I can't do that. I have neighbors.
Yeah. Rawr.
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 It's a dinosaur.
It's
It's a dinosaur.
Yes. As you do that, everyone involved is going to immediately start running, and let's see.
She's keeping a strong eye on someone who's going to clearly have a little bit more control over their nerves.
Oh, that's not. I wanted this one, not that one. Okay. So as you do, they all seem to be genuinely now terrified and running. As there was a bit of a pause, as pretty much it takes one person darting away, and then all the rest of them just immediately start running.
Cool. I'm keeping an eye on anybody who seems to have a better idea of that this is some fuckery.
Okay, go ahead and give me an insight. As you, in that moment, take the time to carefully... Okay. So as you are running, you narrow it down to 3 people. There is what appears to be... And all of these are essentially hunches at this stage. Just like, okay, you're running weird. You paused for a little bit too long. So pretty much you see one looks to be a very auburn-haired... once again, also normal human. She just is the first one to just bolt off. Meanwhile, it takes a few moments, but then there is a small gnome, a bit balding, who just gives a ah, and then starts running. And then the third is pretty much in between, as everyone else is kind of panicking, and he's looking around like, "What is happening? What is happening?"
Is it the same guy that was staring at Yardani?
The same one that Emily noticed. He also is the third to run.
Yeah. See, I don't want to attack a civilian. She's an asshole, but she's not an evil asshole, you know?
Indeed.
Yeah.
So currently they are all dispersing.
Yeah.
They're all covered in glitter.
Yeah, I think she'll just message Neve again, like, I think we lost this one, guys. Unless you want to take a chance.
Not if they're still in range when my turn comes.
I mean, go ahead.
I'm just gonna burn everyone.
I'm just gonna be very honest, because it's either that or I attack a civilian, and it's not gonna look good.
Oh, I'm on it.
Okay, I give it to you then, my friend.
Alrighty.
She's behaving, at least.
That swings around to Neve again, as they are now... I'm saying that everyone is pretty much dispersing at a rate of probably... I'd say... why is my thing not working?
I don't know. Why is it not working?
I don't know. Probably a rate of... Just because they're trying to be careful, like 15 feet around.
Okay, so those 3 you pointed out to us.
Correct, yes.
So they're... no, I don't need to. They're in range, and I can see them all.
We have one going in this way, one going this way, and one going this way.
Cool.
Because if they're using a minor illusion, you just have to touch them and it drops.
Correct.
Blindness, level 5. I choose those 3.
Okay.
That is not gonna hurt them. It's temporary.
Oh man, guys, we're not building a good case here. All right, cool.
I'm not hurting anyone.
So-
Therefore, the rest of us can walk up and poke these people to make sure
They're
they're
just
not
a
gonna.
little blind. It's
I
fine.
feel like I should also clarify. I'm still invisible, so
Yeah,
it'll be
I'm
on
buzzing.
y'all.
I haven't moved and I look like a human.
And I'm on the roof, so you know.
Okay.
Just
well,
for Donnie.
This is interesting. So, as you do so, the male human with the brown hair who is running this way, his eyes, assuming you can tell, immediately just go black. Ah! And then he just tumbles forward.
If that's the
completely.
case, she would just go and try and touch him.
Yeah, pawing
a little-
at the so he's pawing at the ground.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the red-haired human who was running this way, also her eyes just go black as you see her just biff it. And then the gnome doesn't stop. He's just like, he's still running. He doesn't go blind.
Does Emily just trip him?
Yeah, Emily's got a chance on her turn to deal with him. But
Yeah.
that was good. That was good haul. Good haul. Good catch.
Yeah.
Nice,
Yes.
nice. Yes.
Very true. Yeah. So yes, you have 2 of them blind. Anything else on your turn? I'm going to need at this stage a stealth check from you, Neve. Since you've cast a few spells.
Ah, you want to ruin my fun? Yeah, sure. Why not?
I know. Aren't I a monster?
That's a 12.
What's the general population noticing you? That's an 8. Yeah, you're still pretty much hidden. You just slink back, going.
I just slink back into the shadows like Homer Simpson into the bush.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna have Emily. I'm gonna have Asumi approach the one nearest her and pretend like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" Like trying to get him up, but giving her the chance to touch him because if it's an illusion, it'll break.
Okay. Yes. So let's see here. So as you move forward and you touch him, you kind of, I assume, like gently touch his face, like,
yeah,
"Hey,
she's
you
like,
okay,
hey,
buddy?"
Are you okay?
And move your hand through his hair. As far as you can tell, it appears to be a real human.
Yeah. So if I'm assuming it's disguise self, it says to discern if a creature is using it, it's an action to inspect the appearance and must succeed an intelligence check against the spell save DC.
Indeed so. As you touch, it is, because I assume that a touch of it would even probably automatically do it. If you want to still roll, feel free.
Here, this is what it is. Yeah, if you use the spell to appear thinner, the hand of someone who reaches out to touch you would bump into you while it was seemingly still in midair. So, like, it would, I guess, like, ghost through whatever's not really there.
Exactly. Or even, like, because as far as Neve saw, I didn't have, the creature was bald and just a massive black shadow. So even the fact that you just ran your hands kind of through his hair a little bit, you're like, well, that's real.
Yeah. And she'll help the guy over to, like, sit on the sidewalk before he possibly gets trampled.
Oh, I can't see.
It's okay,
Hello?
it's okay. It'll pass. It'll pass. You just need to sit still so you don't hurt yourself.
Oh, my.
Okay?
Oh.
Jardani will
and so as
approach,
you kind of gesture him over.
Jardani will do similar the same, only before doing so, he will not holster his gun in his holster, because he does not need it to go back into its pocket dimension. Instead, he will holster it in his waistband, and then he will approach the lady. "Excuse me, ma'am, are you okay?" and just help her to her feet.
I can't see.
Oh, is it okay to say I cast that at level 4 because I only needed 4? I thought I needed 5.
Oh yeah, that's fine. No worries.
I only needed. If I wanted a 4th one, I would have needed 5.
See, I don't ruin all your fun.
Thank you.
But yes, as you kind of help her up, I guess, how are you inspecting her?
First, again, just picking her up, getting one hand like under one of her armpits, putting another one, putting her arm around his neck so he can lead her over to the sidewalk.
I would assume, since you've worked with Asumi before, you know how disguise self works, at least. Or she'd at least tell him how it
That's a
works.
fair
So
assessment.
yeah.
True. I would also say that while this is happening, if you would allow me a sleight of hand to, just as he is guiding them, to check for any weapons or concealed pouches.
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead and do a sleight of hand.
That's a nat 1, but still a 13.
Yeah, still a 13, still good. As you do, you do find a pouch.
I'm going to assume it's just a
Coin
typical
purse.
coin
Coin
purse.
pouch.
Yeah, I'm going to assume it's not heavy enough to magic stone weight.
No, correct. But as you kind of lead her over, I'll say even with the 13, you can kind of just, your arm brushes through the hair, and it's like, nope, that's real.
All right, ma'am. I will see
Yes?
if I can find the doctor to help deal with your blindness. Just see.
I don't know what happened. There was a cloud of stuff, and then it all just went dark.
It'll only last for a minute.
I think that there are some mages having a dispute. There was an explosion around the way. Sit here while I get help from a guard or something, okay?
Oh my. All right, perfect.
And then he will move back towards this alley and then try to see if anything is amiss.
Okie dokie. As you do, that was the direction that the gnome was running towards.
Bald-headed.
And as you do so, yes, the bald-headed gnome. As you do, that is now bringing us to Emily, the invisible Emily.
So that third guy was running
Yep.
Yes, he was running. He's
in my
about right
direction.
here-ish. Yeah,
Okay.
He's about right here. That's where he ended his turn.
All right. I will go right there and try
Fun
to.
fact: if it's a shifter, it's gonna feel like skin and not actual clothing.
Yeah.
I'm going to trip him real quick.
Okay.
Am I allowed to give her guidance, or is this like regular?
No,
battle?
that's touch. You
Guidance
gotta
is
touch
touch,
her.
isn't it?
Yeah.
That's fair.
So as you do so, just as a note for you, it would result in your invisibility ending.
Beans, that's right.
But does she get
Actually-
advantage for doing it?
Oh,
Well, she's
yeah, you'd
invisible?
have an advantage, sure.
Okay, and that would be,
That would be a strength check for a shove, pretty much.
or just like sticking the foot out kind of thing.
If you would like, in this specific case, I will allow you a stealth check for it.
Actually, wait, do you want to try? Yeah, let's. Why not? That's a 12.
Stealth check. All right.
But you have
Let's see.
advantage.
Oh yeah,
remember?
16. 16 then.
That's right. Lots of
Oh.
one.
Woo! Oh!
So as he
Eat
does,
pavement.
you just dink, and he just boom, smashes right on the face.
Emily's gonna be like, "Oh my, I'm so sorry. Here, let me help you up." And as she helps him up, gonna sleight of hand, if possible.
To feel, yeah, sure, go ahead.
All right.
Are you feeling
Oh.
for weapons or?
For possibly pouch and or stone.
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Uh,
As you, I will say it's an advantage due to the fact that he just biffed
okay.
He biffed hard.
with a
He got-
nat one.
Oh, thank
It's
God.
kind of like, where, like in anime where they just slam their face into something and then like a tooth falls out, their face is flat. And like,
Oh no, he lost his toast.
He lost his toast, exactly, the poor man. As you pat around, beyond his normal clothes and the fact that you don't feel that he, like, as you kind of reach your hand a little bit above him to kind of feel like, is this a disguised self? No, doesn't appear to be. You find a pouch which has a name of Glimmering Bimbles. Is apparently his gnomish name.
Okay.
And that is for Glimmering Bibbles. Because gnomes are silly. And no one believes they're real.
All right.
And he
And
has about 30 gold on him.
okay. She will not take it. She'll be like, oh, she'll like pretend to bend down, like, oh, I think you dropped this when you fell, sir. Is everything all right? I was just checking over here to see if anyone was hurt from that smoldering smoke, and then I heard something going off here. Are you all right?
I believe I have a concussion.
Oh,
I mean, oh, how awful.
Coming from the roof.
Just a loud snort of laughter.
Mummy, I don't want to go to school today.
I want to stay home and bake cookies with you.
Don't worry, you don't have to go back to school. I
Oh,
will
good.
try to find a doctor for you, though.
Hooray!
It's healable.
And so with that, the crowd is completely dispersed at this stage. However, you still have, all of you have the three who are currently still for a minute blinded.
Yeah. For the time being, I think she's gonna look under. Like, I'm assuming these are like awnings or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's gonna take a look around to make sure it's just not hiding and it was a whole like.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as you guys now at this stage have the situation pretty much well in hand, either you have the person captured here or you have missed them. I will say that you can now shift out of initiative, and you are now free to act as you will.
I will just covertly jump down now.
Okay, sounds good. Boing.
Yeah, I guess she'll check on the guy one more time to make sure he's okay. All the while, I guess, also trying to make sure he doesn't have like a weapon on him because that would be a thing.
Yes, of course. So as you given a quick little look over, you do see that he appears to have like a small, I guess it would be the equivalent of almost a small arms, like a short sword or a dagger, just on his person.
She'd be like,
yes.
Why
But
do you-
meanwhile, he is still currently sitting like, hello? I can't see anyone.
I'm right in front of you. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
You mind telling me why you have a weapon on you?
That is, I mean, protection.
Aren't we not supposed to have weapons in this town?
Is it? That's a good question. I don't. Let me look up. Oh, let me check the law.
That's what
What
I
does the law
remember.
say?
We're not supposed
I
to have
might be-
weapons.
I know we can't have magic items. Do they restrict our weapons too?
I think we did.
What kind of totalitarian government? Why do you guys have weapons then?
Listen, I was reading your rules, okay?
We need an NSA, the National Sword Awareness Bureau.
I'm a rogue element. What can you say?
Let's see here. Hold on. Let's look over the weapon. Arms, armor, and combat. Waterdeep does not have any law that forbids carrying weapons or armor. Instead, it has a culture of civility that makes such behavior unnecessary. Dueling has long been illegal in Waterdeep, as has any form of act such as assault.
I didn't assault. I just said with a blinded. That's not assault.
I find this funny because this is usually supposed to be a Sumi shtick, not Neve's.
Neve has
The
grown
tables
tired.
have tabled.
Neve wishes only for the end of all things.
I'm
well,
just efficient.
Exactly.
He doesn't have anything else on him, does he?
As far as you can tell on him, not that you can see.
Okay. I guess she'll sit there and see if, like, after a while, if the blindness, like, his eyes are back to normal, or if they go white.
Well, before the blindness fades, can I hit up oh, I'm gonna hit guidance on myself, you know what, just in case. Can I hit up perception on the two that are blind and see if there's anything I notice out of the ordinary about these two with my
Certainly. I'd say it
druidish
would be-
pharmacist, whatever nature?
Are you looking for behavior or are you looking for physicality?
Let's say physicality.
Okay. Go ahead and make a... I'll even let you do a medicine roll if you want.
Either one, perception's about the same too, but medicine would
enough.
probably be more appropriate. Let's see, in there, roll my guidance. That's a 16.
16, alrighty. So as you take a look over them, both of them appear to be your pretty much standard human. Maybe one might be a little bit shorter than average, but besides that, everything looks to be pretty much in order.
Tricky trickster, I hate him. Alright, then, I guess I'll go check on the one that beamed himself real hard, just because if he is normal, I really should give him a heal. But
Yeah,
also
go
to
ahead.
check him for suspicious activity.
Go ahead and give a medicine check for him as well. I'll let you do guidance again on that.
I would have done it anyway, unless you told me I couldn't, so, you know.
Beautiful.
Alright, guidance. That's 17.
Hey, better than
Nice.
last time. As you kind of look over, he's like, shoot, that's a gnome. That is a normal gnome. That is a gnome with a very bad concussion.
No, Neve will just sort of scratch her head and be like, well, I'm stumped. And she'll, let me see here. Yeah, oh dear, I'm a doctor. Hang on one second, jeez.
What
she'll
perfect
cast-
timing.
Yeah, well, isn't it though? She will. Isn't it nice that blindness is not connected to concentration? By the by, she'll hook up or vitality for this guy.
Alrighty, that's a very generous boost. All right.
I did give the man a concussion.
As you do, he blinks for a moment. Oh my goodness, my back, it's healed. I haven't felt this good since I was 100. Yippee! He kind of clicks his heels.
Don't get too excited, buddy.
And then skips off into the crowd. What a wonderful day!
Looks to Emily if she's judging me.
No, but Asumi is.
Has healed a man for probably 6 times his total HP.
Emily just kind of gives a small cat smile.
The bestest dots in the realm.
Just whatever. Goes away over here.
Right to Asumi? Okay.
No, I'm over here. Away, away.
Run!
Oh, come now. You know you want to give me a hug.
Well, I'm just gonna eyeball these 2 blind ones a little longer while they're still here, because legit, I'm like, I don't know what else I have besides just we kidnap these 2 and take them for questioning.
Good work.
They're blind. We could.
I mean,
You're good.
Giordani will try to look at Neve and give the simple waving hand by his neck, no, as in he already patted her down and everything. Unless the Stone of Galore is small enough to be fit between titties, he's not going to find it.
I wouldn't mind checking out that cloak real quick too to see if I can perception anything that might have been missed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure, why not? Guidance again. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. I'll roll it anyway just in case. That's 24.
Yep. So as you are looking over, interestingly, you notice something that very narrowly eluded Asumi's eye just a second before, also tucked into that same little corner of the, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Awning?
Same little corner of the awning is a small pouch.
I will... Alright, are those 2 still blind? How much time do I got on that?
I'd say you got another couple rounds. Probably, I'm going to say 4 rounds. You have another 4 rounds.
Cool, I will take that pouch and sort of be like, you missed this.
And are you looking inside?
I will inspect said pouch first. After a fireball nearly decimated half this town, I are suspicious.
I have no trust of the common man.
Guidance again.
Go ahead, yes.
I'm gonna laugh if it explodes.
That's why I'm not opening it first. I just want to inspect it first. That's a 23.
As you open it, you hear click.
No, I was expecting the outside.
I'm kidding. No, it is a completely normal bag, but I wanted to hear the panic for a brief moment.
Mean. You're mean.
Yes, it is a completely normal pouch. It is not booby-trapped in any way, shape, or form. I am just a mean old miser.
All right, I will open the pouch away from my face first, just to see if anything pops out.
Asumi's just watching this.
As you do, there is no sound because it is not trapped. It opens.
All right.
It's a normal bag.
I will peer inside before reaching my hand in there.
As you peer inside, you see something peer back at you.
Close it. Immediately close it.
All right.
Are you okay there, sweetie?
You saw what
So-
looked to be like about a vague three-eye shape.
Something looked at me.
In a bag.
Yep.
Shake it around.
I'll give it a very ginger little shake.
No, with meaning.
What? She's like, start gently. Let's not give it a
Hey.
ginger shake.
This
Jingle,
thing
jingle.
probably caused that explosion.
Jingle, jingle.
Neve will pocket the pouch in that case and be like, let's
No.
take this somewhere. We should go somewhere safe before we try and blow up the rest of the town again.
You're no fun.
She will indicate their new home and be like, I am protecting our interests.
There's no way he can explode the house from here.
Giordani can't hear this conversation, so he can't weigh in.
Giordani is sweating in the background.
He just
Like-
sees the two of them talking, left unsupervised.
Jingle, jingle.
A single sweat drop.
Meanwhile, he has a very
Well-
blind and very scared woman in front of him, and he's just like,
We can go.
Well, I
We'll be
have,
fine.
I still have Aura of Vitality hooked up, so I don't know if it'll help him at all, but just to be nice, I'll walk towards the what was it, a woman? And
Yes.
human male and a human woman.
Yes.
I'll go towards the one closest to Asumi first and let them to have the benefit of that.
Okay. They also feel better. They did not have any wounds in this case, so they are pretty fine.
I will pretend to be doctoring them, just being like,
Pretend to
all
be
right,
doctor."
chin up. Let me see. Yeah. Temporary eye dysfunction. It's very, very common. Goes away very quickly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Looking out. Let's say that it goes away. Speak of the devil. There it
Oh my-
goes.
Oh, I can see. I don't know
I
what
can
you did,
fight.
but
Sorry.
I can see. I can fight.
Yeah.
I don't know what you did, but my goodness.
Just your humble pharmacist, Neve Humbell. My shop's over on the My shop's over, Neve's Health and Hearth. Yeah, that's what I'm calling it now. Tell your friends. Thanks.
She's the
Oh my.
bestest doctor in town.
I absolutely will. My goodness. What a she just kind of wanders off, kind of flabbergasted the fact that you managed to fix her blindness.
I will do the same spiel with the other guy. Yada yada yada. Temporary blindness. Hey, you're better now. Check out my
Oh.
shop. Thanks. Tell
Oh,
your
my-
friends.
Asumi's just
Thank
following
you.
behind.
Whew. He's just going to sit down for a little bit. He's not like running off. He's like, oh my, that was a lot.
above game, there actually is a condition like that I used to suffer from called ocular migraines.
Oh,
Yes, it's terrifying.
I can imagine. So you guys now have a very spooky
2 days
bag.
ago, when my eyes literally like desynced from each other, it was really weird.
That's also unfortunate.
I think it was eye strain.
I would make sense for our occupation. But yes, so you guys now have a bag, which apparently has something inside that no one knows what it is.
Nope, we're gonna go back home and shake the bag.
All right. Are we
Well, again, I don't
returning?
want to ruin our new investment. Maybe we should go to my shop.
Alright.
Okay.
All right. So as we are doing so, let me just see one wee thing there. Good. All right, perfect. So yes, you are more than welcome to return to your shop.
Yeah, I've got a laboratory equipment that we can use for this thing.
Yes. So as you all fast forward, probably about a 30-minute walk, a brisk jog. Is anyone doing anything particular amidst that?
Asumi's keeping an eye on if they're getting followed or not, because this is some gang shit.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I will say go ahead. Everyone can. I'm gonna say for this, as we are traveling, give me a group check.
So accumulates the whole time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Group
Okay.
perception.
Yeah, group perception.
I'm not gonna abuse guidance this time.
Yes.
25.
Soft 20.
Okay,
10.
very good.
Emily's found another croissant.
Yeah, like
Yet
she's
another one.
just another like croissant stall, and she's just like, ooh.
Yardani, there are a few points that you could swear that you see a figure following you, but it's hard to say. You haven't gotten anything. It could just be that you're noticing hyper awareness on this. Could be that there are multiple. Could be that there is one person that you just can't get a good view on. But they, regardless of the case, you are all able to make it to the shop without any issue.
Okay, Jardine won't say anything until after they get inside.
Yep, the Neve will, what time is it in the day anyway?
Let's see, you guys, it was morning, then you guys fast forwarded, it was probably about 3. That whole debacle probably took about half hour, traveled for half hour. We're gonna say 4 in the afternoon, why not?
Yeah, she'll turn the close sign on, turn it on, like just flip it however that works. Lock up everything behind them.
Well, no. Your sign just has like 2 settings that both have the light rune on it.
Exactly.
So
Click, click, click. Yes.
Or I'll do the thing. I'll do the version of actually. I'll put out the sign that says, "Gone collecting samples. Come back later."
Gone fishing. But yes, as you all make your way inside, you are in the official front of Neve's Health and Hearth. That is the new rebranding.
Yep.
There
She
you are.
changes the name every so often when she gets bored.
Understandable. That might not be great for business, but hey, it's whatever.
Don't tell her how to run her business. She's doing fine.
she
It's
also
true.
she also has go-between management, so she gets clients no matter what.
Exactly. Yeah.
Don't forget, she's the world's finest doctor around.
World's finest. But yeah. So you all have made your way into the shop. What is your next step?
I'll just motion them to follow me, and I'll go back to my little closet of what looks like my front laboratory, the one that's for normal customers to see. Go to that closet with all that's filled with what looks like mold and spores, and just do the little hand wave, like, out of the way, fellas. And they clear out so you can see the hidden door in the back, and she'll open that and be like, "Come on in."
All right, while that is happening, Jardani will.
Is the corpse still there?
Oh yeah, he's in the thing.
Yeah, he's in the stasis. Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure.
He's in the back laboratory. I don't think it's been 10 days yet, so we should still be okay.
No, but he's still fine. Still covered in essentially almost looks like frost but spores.
Jardani will stick by on the other side of the secret door once we get into the proper lab, and he will nonchalantly pull out his gun, not like in a defensive position, but just to have it out. I have noticed
eyeballs. Yeah, go ahead.
I've noticed 2 things. One, we were possibly being followed. I can't tell. They are either very bad at their job or very good but afraid to get close.
Nero's an eye. Do you think you could have mentioned that before I brought him back here?
Well, I figured if they tried to attack us here, it would be a death sentence, and then we could clean up the body much quicker.
Yeah, but you see, as much as I enjoy tormenting Neve every now and again, I'm not about to blow up her place of business.
Appreciated. It's just kind of pulls Jardani through the thing and does a little flick of her finger. Cover it up, guys. Let me know if someone comes in.
Oh yeah, I thought we were already on the other side. That's why Jardani was posted just up against the wall. Just be like if someone tried to go through the spores and through the door.
Ah, yes. Very good. Perfect.
But yeah, spores come back up. She closes door.
Is Asumi just staying on the outside to make sure?
I think it sounds like everyone is in.
If you want to, I wouldn't. If you want to, but I figure we'd all want to see this.
E.
Asumi just wants to shake the bag. And she has a feeling you're not going to let her.
The bag is with me, so if you want to mess with it, we got to do...
Yeah. My other observation is I think I might have figured out why the poison worked weird on our victim, and he just gestures to the body.
I would be curious to know that myself. Hold that thought. Neve is going to go through her stuff and find what looks like the strongest and most secure see-through container she can find.
All right.
All right. She's going to get this container, get the lid off, And in the fastest motion she can, she's going to dump whatever's in the bag into it and reseal the container.
All right, there's a cling, cling, cling. Almost like you just dumped something hard and stone-like into it, as you see this thing.
Huh. Weird.
It almost looks like an oddly smooth rock with 3 what almost appear to be eyes.
Assume he's gonna poke it.
It's in the container. Do you open the container?
I mean, if
Neve will
lets
start.
me-
Neve will start this party by giving it a firmer shake. Is that it just rattling against this thing, or is it making noise?
No, it's just it rattling against the thing.
If it has eyes, you could just see if you can drop a few things of water on it, see if it blinks at you.
Okay. She'll get an eyedropper and sort of do that. Just gingerly open it and like...
Because if they are eyes, this is casual waterboarding.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll just open up. She'll do the thing. She'll do the swift open jar, squirt water in, close jar, look at reaction.
As you squirt, it just kind of rolls down the eyeball, air quotes, as it appears to be. It seems to almost be, like those jade, like those, I guess, polished jade little statuettes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It almost kind of looks like that, where it's like it looks lifelike, but it is absolutely a stone.
Okay, so this isn't a creature.
Can I touch it now?
Glares. Would you please stop trying to touch the 3-eyed thing?
It's funny.
From sight, is just by looking at it, is there any way to recognize what this thing might be?
I mean, if you want to do an Arcana check, maybe.
You're welcome to give an Arcana check. I promise no results.
I'm gonna abuse guidance for that then.
You may.
It's a cantrip.
certainly.
Abuse it as much as you want.
Yeah, but it feels unfair at points. Arcana, you said?
You may do so. Yes, go ahead.
All right, that's not horrible. That's
Meanwhile,
horrible.
I can feel Arkov judging abuse everything.
That's a
Abuse.
16.
As you look closely at it, you have no idea what this is, but just kind of from the way that it makes your inside internal instincts feel, it feels very magical. Like, probably an absurd amount of magic.
This can't be the stone,
Well,
is it?
While this is going on, can Jardani try to get Emily's attention real quick?
Go ahead.
Emily,
At your leisure.
Yes.
given our shared apparent history, could you help me check for something real quick?
Sure.
He'll,
Can help you out.
He'll move over towards the body, and it's typically like what, the left hand that gets stamped, correct?
For like the the eyes and whatnot.
Yeah, for the go-between, like we did last
Oh,
session.
for the go
The
between.
in-between.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, yeah, the go between. Yeah, I think I said it was the left hand.
Yes, can you check to see if there's any magic specifically, say, a mark on this individual's palm?
Can try. Let me take a look. And I'm guessing Arcana check or investigation.
I'll say either or would work fine.
All right, I will do investigation.
And I shall
Alright.
assist.
A 14 or
I was helping, so you should have
oh,
the
so
20.
22 then.
As you look him over, there is absolutely not a stamp from the go between.
Sorry there, buddy, but no mark on his hands.
Interesting. From what we heard, I suspected he might have been a guest of whoever poisoned him. Time dilation of the go-between is interesting. It might have accelerated the poison.
You know, that is a very good theory and idea, but unfortunately our friend here did not have a stamp, and they're pretty good about who comes in and out.
True. That's why I was worried. If someone was willing to kill someone in the go-between, that's basically about to start a war in the city, because that is...
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that that's not the case. Hopefully.
Alright, then just turn and look towards the science pair.
Asumi doesn't claim to be science. She just likes to see whatever the fuck it is.
I know, but you're acting like kids with a science project, which is great.
There's just a slow tiefling hand reaching towards another rabbit paw, just swats it out of the way.
Swats it. Stab it.
Come on!
Stab it. Ugh.
Would you rather be the one to touch it?
Gives her a look. Sighs, opens jar, dives hand in, grabs it.
Oh,
All
you're a
right.
brave one today.
As you grab the stone in your hand, it remains in your hand. It is a very smooth, cold, almost wet stone.
Hmm.
Do you remember what the stone thing we were looking for looks like? Or were
Stone
we
of
ever
Lore, you
told?
guys have received no information on what it looks like.
We never did ask, did we?
No, but it doesn't. Don't we know that if it's like it gives you whatever it is that you want?
To my understanding, it was basically a map to a massive fortune.
A map.
Well, yeah, but how does it work? Eyeballs stone.
Giardani
Stone
shrugs.
eyeballs back.
Giardani just shrugs. I don't know magic. That's your department.
Would it
Yes.
Will it show up in the reflection of your mirror?
Good question.
That's all right. Holds it up.
Giardani pulls out his mirror.
So I mean, so far it has not. It has shown environments and objects. It just doesn't show people. So as you hold it up, you see the stone just floating, as it does not show. It does not show Neve.
So that is a good thing. I should probably look at that riddle that's on there and try to see if we have any more context clues.
Have you tried
Wait.
asking it to show us where this hoard of whatever goods is? You're holding it. Don't look at me.
What is this treasure called again? I think I have it in my notes, but
So it would be if that
Castle
is
Lantern treasure?
Nope.
Stone of Galore. Or what are you? Or are you?
Well, if
testing
this
what
is the stone of galore, we'd want it
Yeah.
to find the
the Never Ember treasure.
Yes.
Neve kind of shrugs and she sort of says, hey, stone of galore, would you show us where the Never Ember treasure is?
There is silence.
It was worth a shot.
It's possible that if it is a magic item, it would need to be attuned first.
Oh.
Of course.
Do you want to do it or do you want me to do it?
Hands it off, if you can do it.
I mean, attuning is it just takes time, right?
Takes about half an hour.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right. So
All
if
right.
you guys are sitting down,
Yep.
And
So I have to
you-
go manage my inventory then, huh?
yes, don't worry about that yet.
Okay.
So as you are doing so,
She'll just sit down with it, holding it in her hands, like, this is going to be interesting. She's bored, so...
so as you sit down, you look at it. After about probably 30 minutes of just complete and total boredom of waiting,
This is the
You
most
s-
silence Neve will ever get out of Asumi.
you swear that you see its eye look, and all three of them match your eyes.
Like,
And
look
I'm
like
going to
hers or just
need-
looking at her?
At your eyes specifically.
Okay.
And from you, I'm going to need a particular thing, and that's going to be a save of... What is it here? Where are you? Conflict. That's the one. I'm going to
Assuming
need a charisma saving throw.
Alright. I'm just going to say, Asumi basically wants to do the thing so that the healer doesn't take damage.
Yeah.
Also, I'm really glad you are because my charisma is shit.
I only get a
Yeah.
+1 on that, so let's see how this goes.
All right.
It's gonna be a 5.
No, that's... Okay, that's a choice.
Ooh.
So let me give you the good news first.
Am I writing a whole new character now?
because
Oh no!
no, I wouldn't be so mean. So, good news is that you have attuned to the Stone of Galore. Chance!
Bad news is she's unconscious.
Second good news is you also get, because it's an artifact level item, you get 1 minor beneficial property and 1 minor detrimental property. Yay!
All right.
Can you roll me 2d100s?
All right.
Oh boy.
Is it gonna show up with this though? That's my only problem.
You can also, if you want, just type in the /r d100. In the
roll
chat,
20?
whichever one's easier for
All
you.
right, let's see if this. You said 2 of them, right?
Yes, 2d100s.
Let's see if it shows up. It does. Hey.
Yeah, it ought to.
So, a 28 and a 28. That is, wow. That is remarkable. that is like the sheer odds. Okay, so
I'm staring at it like, excuse
like,
me.
huh. So, good news, you are immune to disease while you are attuned to this
I'm
item.
already immune to disease.
Well,
Yay!
You know what? You don't get nothing special then. Bad news is, oh no. Neve, as you are kind of standing in the general vicinity, you sniff, and Asumi now smells very, extremely citrusy,
Citrusy, huh?
like
Why do you
hyper sour.
Why do you smell like lemons?
I have no
And-
idea.
And as you say, I have no idea. Suddenly, there is a brief moment where Asumi's eyes dilate and then shrink down to little pinpricks as she pockets the stone and is. What is Asumi's strength here?
+5.
Oh, sweet. And is immediately going to rush to attempt to break through the door.
She's gonna run into a bunch of spores and mold.
Yes.
I haven't clarified how strong that door is, though. It should be a pretty hefty door, considering.
Am I
Yeah,
just hitting
alright.
her strength save or a strength check?
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Oh, okay. Of course, now I get the better roll.
Yep. So with a athletics of 20, let's see what is if it is a let's see.
Good luck catching her, guys. She's the fastest one in the team.
Yeah. So
Shit.
there's just a brief moment where her eyes just shrink down to the pinpricks, and then almost like the classic Flash step style, just steps to the side, and suddenly she is slamming into the door faster than anyone could react.
How's the door doing?
Let's see. So, would you say that it is probably? What would you describe the reinforcements as? I'll give you this chance to kind of let me know.
I mean, again, this is the not to be known about laboratory, so she would have made it would be a pretty hefty door.
Right. Because I assume that it's not going to be. It's not a safe-like door, and it's not an iron door. From what you've described it as, correct?
She
It
also
seems to
has
be
horns on her head, just a warning.
So would you say it's probably an iron banded door, or am I?
Sure, let's go with that.
Okay. So an iron banded door has a DC of 20.
Okay.
So there is the brief moment where she slams and the door just, it doesn't break completely, it just snaps open and she is forcing her way through. She is not there yet, but she is with horrific strength
So,
forcing
quick
her way
question-
through a reinforced door. Yes.
Quick question. Could I tell this is like magical in nature?
I think we can all tell this is probably
Yeah,
because
this
of
is
the stone.
absolutely
Okay,
magical in
She
nature.
just attuned with a strange object, so we all
So,
expected something weird.
Would dispel magic work in this scenario?
It's an excellent question. Let's
You
see.
can, I will let her go first, but I'm going to, from when she, whatever happens, regardless, I'm going to slap guidance on myself and roll sleight of hand to take that stone back out of her hand.
Well, my
Alright.
question would be, does anyone have hold person? That'd be great.
I
Yeah.
unfortunately do not. But
Damn it.
if I can dispel this magic away,
Let me just check my sheet. Yeah, no spells.
Let's see. Let's see. Can dispel magic remove attunement? That's gonna be my question.
Well, it wouldn't so much be attunement, it would be in regards to the possession currently happening. The closest thing probably would be...
As far as I can tell here...
Ooh, actually, I have a better idea.
It wouldn't... Dispel magic would only dispel the spell if it was affecting it, and this is not, in this case, a spell.
It's not a magical effect in range?
So...
Or no?
The wording of dispel magic... You know what?
It's
an artifact level item. If you want to attempt to dispel it, I will allow it in this case. So go ahead and let's see, because the spell's level. I'm going to say this is the equivalent of a 9th level spell.
Okay. So it is
It's an int check plus your proficiency.
Okay, int check plus my proficiency. Okay.
Ooh, I have a better idea now.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Natural one.
So as you reach out to try to grab the core innate nature of this entity that has somehow taken over Asumi, you feel whatever you were reaching towards to almost twist your soul's arm behind and forces it down, like in a almost like how Asumi would take down someone. You feel that this thing just expertly destroyed whatever you were attempting to do to it.
Imagine, like,
and it turns to you, and as you look, you see Asumi's pupils have split into 3. Timber.
Yeah, I've changed my mind. I'm immediately casting polymorph on Asumi.
Oh, that's magnificent.
Is she a smaller bunny?
Yeah.
Well, let's see if it works. You have to roll it. You have to roll. I think it's a wisdom save.
Let's see. Well, let's see. Would this be? Let me just see whose.
Is it my wisdom? Or...
Yeah, I'm seeing whose wisdom we're using in this case.
That's I will wait for the DM.
Yeah. So let's see. It's charm. Let's see. So.
I mean,
yeah. Charm.
It's controlling her, isn't it?
Yes. But in this case, I'm gonna say it's him. Why not? It's the stone. So he has a wisdom of. What is your wisdom? 15. Well, he's not that wise.
It's just one above me.
Wise for a stone.
Yeah.
Real wise for a rock. So let's see. What would it be? 1 plus yours?
The spell. It said the spell save is 17.
Oh no, I was saying what's Asumi's wisdom save if I'm 1 over hers.
I'm a 14, so I have a +2.
Okay.
Oh, for the save? No, yeah, it's +2. Yeah.
Yeah, it also has +2. 10. What are you transforming Asumi into?
A fish.
Aw, you're gonna kill me?
As you pop, there's a moment. I hate this day. And it just boom. It is now a 3-pupil fish.
We'll immediately grab the fish and grab a jar and I assume I have water in here somewhere. We'll immediately fill a pitcher with water, stick the fish inside, and cover it with a couple heavy books.
And just. I'm guessing she's a goldfish because she's already orange in color.
It's one of those, the specific type of goldfish that have the big poofy heads, or I was saying the big poofy headed ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those are pretty too.
With the big wall eyes, except there are just 3 pupils on both sides.
Does this little fish have tiny horns? That's hilarious in my head.
Yes, it does exactly.
And she will and Neve will be like, nobody touch that. And she will grab some medical forceps and pick up the stone that way.
So the stone, as I recall with polymorph, it transforms in. It would transform with the creature in this case. Yes.
Would it?
Yeah.
Because I was only aiming for Asumi.
Yeah. So the target assumes hit points.
I think I would have to target 2 people if I wanted to transform 2 people.
Well, it
would count as a separate thing, wouldn't it?
It's right there at the bottom. The target's gear melds into the new form.
And this would be gear in this case.
Whatever, fine.
Yes. You now have the fusion of the stone and Asumi floating.
A very angry goldfish.
Neve's just like, son of a... Looks at her door. looks at Asumi. I don't care if you're possessed. You're paying for that.
Wait, I can fix it maybe. I got Munden.
Yes.
Let
how
me-
long does this last for? Yeah, you got an hour. You guys got an hour. to deal with
Jardani
this
will help by
problem.
picking up the big iron banded door and holding it up for Emily.
Emily will mend the door while this is happening.
So just keep in mind, I now have the ability score of a fish.
Yes.
But I still have
correct.
my personality, or the stone has its own personality still.
Let's see. Yes. However, it also we have now the both of us collectively fused together have now assumed the intelligence of a goldfish.
Does this fish still have like those weird tri-eyes?
Yes, it does.
So, happened exactly, Neve?
I am assuming that the stone has a personality and it just took over Asumi.
Gotcha. Do we have any way to, like, I don't know, tie Asumi up in something that's not flammable when she becomes on a fish, you know?
You know that picture you drew of Neve with like the little tension things in her forehead and just her hands together like just like, why don't I think the best course of action? Let's go talk to that guy who told us about this thing in the first place. I think we're lacking information.
Would you like me to go get him and bring him here rather than trying to take Asumi in fish form there?
Actually, first things first, if someone was following us, do you mind going out and doing a quick perimeter check?
I can do this, though. Yes, I will do this first. Jardani.
Gingerly sort of goes to her door and sort of like, I paid so much money for this. Gingerly opens what's left of the door and says to the spores, Baka, back off for a second, let him through. When he comes back, points to Jardani, let him back through again, but make sure he's alone.
They peel away and then re-peel back.
Worry, Neve. I will fix this door with my
Close this
magic
door.
mending.
I liked that door.
Don't worry, it'll be fixed, brand new, you know? Speaking new.
All right.
Oh,
Jason,
shush, you fish.
Give me 1 second here. Pulling up my sheet.
And are you looking for Rainair?
Well, no. First, I'm doing a perimeter sweep at Neve's request.
Ah, yes. Go
So
ahead.
Jardani will go outside, keeping his gun not seen, but he will do at least a few passes around the building, maybe even once or twice up and down the block, just to see if he catches any
Yes.
more glimpses of people watching them.
As you do, it appears whoever you saw is long gone.
All right. Let's see here. Trying to think of anything else I should check for. Can't really think of anything at the moment, but Jardani will walk back in. He will knock on the door when the spores let him through to let them know that he is there.
They peel away.
Yeah, if we were being followed, they have left. I mean, all they really need to do is know where we are.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Let's go back to Emily's place. I have an idea for this.
Okay. Should I hold on to Asumi in case the spell goes off?
We've got a lot of time for that. I would hold on to her just so that the, container doesn't break. He looks at the fish very critically. You hear that? You're still a fish. Don't want your thing to break, do ya?
All right, Jardani will.
It squints at you.
Jardani will reverently but firmly hold on to this container and follow them.
This is just too fucking funny. This is the first time I've ever actually been polymorphed successfully.
I'm glad my wisdom save thing is so high. It makes it fun.
If it makes you even feel even better, Aaron had this done in D6 with one of the Hags of Igwilf, and my character passed it. So you managed to outdo Igwilf.
That's right. Boom, baby. So, as you all make your way to the yawning portal.
This is beautiful. And I guarantee you, Asumi's gonna be just fine in this. Like, she was bored. Well, boredom cured.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say that it probably takes about 30 minutes to move over here. So you have about 30 minutes remaining on the thing.
Cool.
Jardani is just resting his hand on top of the books that are the cover, making sure they don't move.
Meanwhile, Durnan is just looking at all of you coming in. Did you go to the carnival or something?
This
Ah, funny.
What if I told you this fish was Asumi?
I believe it.
He learns not to ask questions anymore.
That is
Yeah.
by far the least weird thing you've told me in the past week.
That's good
Neve
to
kind of
know.
looks towards that big pit, which looks like it has like a little wooden thing hanging in the middle, hanging from ropes and stuff.
Yes.
Good. Asumi will gesture to Jardani to give her the thing.
Jardani will hand it over.
Neve will, because I assume it's probably jumpable. Hang on, I'm gonna check my distance. Boink.
Remember,
Yeah.
she's a monk, so good luck
She's fish.
for now.
True.
For now.
For now.
She can also make doppelgangers. I'm assuming this thing has control over this shit now.
That's the concerning thing, ain't it?
Yeah.
All right then.
She also has slow fall, just in case.
Neve will actually take the fish over to the bar with the books on it and just say to Durnan, I think is his name.
Yes.
Could you please hold on to this? Make sure the books stay steady.
Is it gonna move?
It shouldn't, at least until Billa wears off. But we'll
right.
take care of that before it happens. Quick huddle with the other two, with Emily and Jardani. Quick huddle over away from where the fish can hear us.
This is going to be a hell of a brain trust, I'm telling you right now.
Hey, Asumi, how's life going?
So little football huddle with these two, and just very softly says, "All right, how do you two feel about like maybe tying something to the handle of the jar and me dropping the thing, and so that thing is down there in the pit, hanging by a rope, and if it tries to fuck with us, we can drop it."
Well, I mean, that's a very long job.
The problem is that regardless of what happens to Asumi, which I don't want anything bad to happen to her, if the stone somehow goes out of her hands and goes down there, Xanathar won't care. He'll just kill all of us.
That is also true. Again, I'm just spitballing here.
Truth be told, I'm less concerned about Asumi as the stone. I could probably get the stone out of her hand. It's her getting away that's the problem.
Yeah, if she leaves, we are screwed.
Guys, this thing looks angry at me.
It's making weird faces.
To be fair,
Hey, you be nice.
Me? Okay.
No, the fish. The fish.
Sorry, Asumi. My bad.
Does Asumi actually hear any of this shit?
Asumi, yeah, it's kind of like, if you were doing like Full Metal Alchemist style, it's like you're inside the soul vortex in greed right now.
Okay, so she's just sitting there like, well, this is different.
Well, we should try to tie the fish up itself and see what happens when I drop it.
true.
You forget she probably could burn the rope.
True. Do we have any magic that could stop her from moving?
You say something about burning. No fire.
I mean, when I tried to dispel the magic, my like soul arm got twisted to my back. I could try again,
I love that that's
but
the official description. It's great.
Right?
Is the guy whose family we're about to steal all this shit from here? I was hoping to get some information. I thought we sent
Right.
him here.
Rainier, I mean, it's been like probably an hour or something. I can see if he's still here. Hold on. Could I take the fish with me?
Nah, leave it here.
All right,
care the
You-
fish.
stay there, Asumi, whatever. And he's gonna leave to go look for him.
Actually, this would be really funny if you let me roll it. Neve is going to try to reason with this fish. Look, I ain't trying to be jerk about this, but you broke my door, and you kind of were trying to run off before explaining anything. If I drop this, could you maybe sit with us for a sec and chat?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Blah.
I'll use guidance.
Yes, go ahead.
Persuasion. Haha, because it's charisma based. Yay!
Pat yourself on the shoulder.
Alright,
Chin,
that's not...
plus.
Oh, wait, I gotta do disadvantage. Hang on. I forgot.
Oh, yeah. Not bad.
Alright, it's not horrible. Alright,
I mean,
I'll roll my
It's a
guidance.
persuasion against a fish right now.
Still a 10.
I'll say it, baby. As you do, it is going to just give a long squint at you from its three-eyed pupils.
If I may, opine on a little bit of what magic I do know, but can't do. I think the reason your attempt failed, Emily, is she is possessed. Possession is different kind of magic than what you're used to. There is a spell I know of that Babushka would cast on me when I had to deal with, he does air quotes, clients. Protection from good and evil can sometimes help end possession.
Neve's head shoots up. Oh man, I am stupid.
To be fair, it does not come up as much as people think.
I mean, does that work after the fact?
Yes, above game protection from good and evil. One of its only caveats is that if someone is being possessed, they can immediately make a new saving throw for it.
Oh.
But if they fail that saving throw, you're fucked. Because it's a first level spell, so you don't get a lot of wiggle room.
Alright,
mean-
with this information... sorry, did you wanna...
Is it me that have to do it or the stone?
It would be you.
In this case, it would be you.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I have that spell too. We could double do it if we necessary.
Well, I can't do the spell. This is me trying to use Jardani's expertise to explain that that's probably our only shot. Jardani has no magic. He just is used to working with people who have it.
Alright, and turns back to the fish, is like, alright, I can't tell if that's you agreeing or not.
It's
And
squinting
here's how
at
this
you
is gonna
still.
go. Here's how this is gonna go. I'm gonna drop this. And if you run, I'm going to separate you two. Just saying. But I'd like to hear your side of the thing, alright?
Just don't attack her because Hellish Rebuke's gonna hurt if you do.
Oh, she's aware.
I would like to say for when Neve prepares to dispel polymorph, Jardani's also going to ready an action to disarm the stone from Asumi.
Or at least
Okay.
grab Asumi, I'm assuming.
No, I'm pretty sure with your strength you're going to beat me on a grapple check, but I'm pretty sure that we are going to be pretty equal in terms of dex checks to disarm.
My question, what is your strength?
Not
He's
as good as
not-
my dex.
What is your strength save?
My strength save is a +6.
You are stronger than me.
Oh,
Of course, that's
Alright.
only save.
If
But,
everybody is ready with their ready to act, yeah, I'm going to ready an action if he tries to bolt to cast protection from good and evil on Asumi.
All right.
But Neve will just sort of nod long-sufferingly. She'll take the books off, reach in, grab the fish by its tail, take it over to, like, I don't know, like, right about, hang on, like, right about here-ish, and place it on the floor, and sort of step back, and I will drop concentration.
Okay, let me just take a look at this. What do you want?
I'm sorry, I don't know how else to translate what I just told you.
No, no. Oh no, I'm.
Actually,
I'm
I will
looking
not
at
step.
what the-
I actually will not step back. Actually, because this is a touch-based spell. I realize good and evil. She will keep her hand on that fish as she drops concentration.
So as soon as she goes back to normal, physically, boop, there it is, the spell, right? It's like, I guess
if you try to bolt.
You'd be standing over me, or at least sitting on me.
Yeah, kind of.
There you go.
All right.
Worst case is you get thrown off.
Alrighty. So, as you release it, it immediately is going to try to run.
I cast
Fools.
protection from good and,
And
evil.
then, boom. All right, go ahead.
And I will try to
Protection
slide a
of good
hand
and
of
evil.
stone away.
Go ahead. So first, let's resolve the thing for Asumi. Go
So
ahead.
what am I
make
rolling?
a wisdom. No, I'm sorry. Charisma save with advantage.
With advantage. All right, is that the shift button? Yes, it is. 16?
16. Let's see. Your save is what is it? Plus that. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to see. Sentient magic items is a special thing. Where is sentient magical items? Tell me your
Next to the
things.
orange juice.
I found it.
Oh, it's on my test
So-
then, because I have some.
Plus it's my
I-
So as you Neve, as you reach out to touch, just as Asumi is bolting by you, there's a brief
Hold on. Asumi's on the ground and Neve was sitting on top of her, essentially.
Yeah.
They were prone. They'd have to get up.
Fair enough. Regardless, as they were still in the process of essentially trying to get out and get away. They didn't roll for anything yet. As they tried to throw you off and you reach down and just pretty much smack them in the face with it, there is a brief sound of a bell ding as Asumi's eyes all fuse back into one and then return to normal size. As 16 was exactly what she needed.
Oh.
And she is no longer charmed by the stone.
And she's just staring up at Neve like, I mean, you could at least take me out to dinner first.
Jardani will extend a hand to both of them.
Where's the stone?
It is still currently in.
I wouldn't touch it.
essentially- Yeah, it's still essentially in Asumi's pocket. You are still attuned to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Okay,
touch
well-
it. I'm okay. I'm okay.
So
Just don't.
we're good on that end at least. Like, does Asumi?
Darn it.
Oh, quiet you.
I named him
Specifically
Steve.
Specifically, only Asumi hears it.
Oh, fair
Um,
enough.
I'm gonna name you Steve.
Do not.
Okay, Steve.
Neve gets
Wait.
up and lets Giorgiani help up Asumi.
It's like, is this how it feels when oh god, what's her name again? Baba Yaga?
Babushka is how you would know her.
Babushka. Yeah, is this how Babushka talks to you, like in your head? It feels weird.
It is
The
much
thing
worse, I
is-
can assure you.
Wait a second. That thing is talking to you?
Oh yes, it's angry.
Can it hear all of us talking?
I can.
It can.
Can you tell it I said hi?
Emily says hi.
I
You seem very
despise
nice.
you all.
Aw, I love you too. This is Asumi just does sneaky ass like mental damage to anyone. It's not that I'm stuck with it, it's stuck with me.
Does it despise me the most?
Do you?
Currently, yes.
Currently, yes. You
Good.
Do we want to take this conversation in somewhere more private?
Oh, please.
Release me.
You know what this sounds like? Do you know what this sounds like? You want a snack? The souls of the devil. No,
just
too
imagine
big.
saying- Wanna go to McDonald's? One black coffee. No.
Yes, going somewhere private would probably help. They're all right. They're
Is
staring.
is Durin or whatever still out looking for what's his face?
Durnan at this point comes back. Found him. Oh, hello there. How are you guys? Did you find something?
Oh, yes, we did, but we gotta go somewhere private. She's amused.
Oh no. Oh, hey, she's not a goldfish anymore.
Yeah,
What?
we solved it.
Cool.
But was I a
I'm-
pretty goldfish?
Very.
He just
Yes.
goes back to his. He just goes back to the bar. He's not dignifying it.
Oh, come on.
I gotta. Sorry, I have to account for the fact I just used that slot. Okay.
No, but
That
Asumi
was
would look.
a clutch
Yeah.
use of that spell.
Asumi would look
Polymorph,
me.
and I was literally gonna go to try and take the stone from her, but I worried I was gonna get possessed too. But I guess if it's attuned to her, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Asumi would
man.
reach out her hand, be like, you know what? That was pretty slick. Thank you.
Looks at,
She's being
sighs,
serious.
takes it. I try.
Huh, very clever.
Meanwhile, before we head up to what I'm going to assume is Emily's room, Jardine is just going to look to Durnan. Later on, I'm going to need to talk to you about tips of running an establishment like this.
All right.
Without
Yeah,
context.
whatever. Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Talk to you later. So as you all make your way to Emily's room with the hyper deadly stone.
So,
Ah,
looking at the second floor, which room is Emily's?
Yeah, which you can take your pick, Emily. Which one do you want?
Oh, I could take my pick.
Yeah.
Let's see. It would probably be.
like one of the big corner ones.
Yeah, I was thinking a corner one.
Big corner
Probably
office.
like the one.
Third
Right,
floor,
like-
second.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, let's
That's
see.
all That's a messy bed. Why haven't you made your bed?
No, probably this one then on the third floor.
That's a much neater bed. Why don't you have any furniture in there?
And there's a
I
ta-
don't know.
Treat it like a home. Come on,
no,
Emily.
there's a big comfy chair and a desk for artificing.
For
Where's
sure.
Yeah.
Where's my
It looks
token?
like an artificer's room. I buy it.
Oh, I took away Sumi's token because she was a goldfish.
Ah, that's right. Okay, I was like, I vanished.
Yes.
Nice.
Yours
So
is
third
that good?
floor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hold
there
up.
you go.
Let me. Not that one.
Not that one. All right. Where are
Not
we
this
moving
one?
to? Oh no. This,
Oh, wait, there's two.
Oh no!
I put down extra.
And I was moving my own.
There we go. I've teleported you all. Boom.
Welcome to Mikasa. Please don't touch any of the tools.
Okay. It's
All
not
right.
possessing me anymore.
I
Release
know. I know. Still, I was working on something. But anyways, so you got? Is it the stone we've been looking for, or is it like just?
Did we
Magic.
take the guy with us too?
Yes, I'm also here. Hi.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. So yeah, I guess just ask it. Is this
No.
the stone of galore?
What? Is
Steve?
that it?
Steve,
I don't
are you
know.
Sonic Lore?
I don't know this thing. This was a rumor. I didn't know this thing existed.
It's like I don't know him.
oh, like, okay, dude.
Is it?
Is it?
Steve, are you the Stone of Galore?
I am.
Yep. Confirmed.
Okay, well, the three-eyed stone is.
Galore.
It says his name is Galore, but I think I prefer Steve.
I hate you.
That's okay.
Wait,
so many people do.
that thing is actually galore itself?
Yep.
Yes.
Why are you a stone?
I was transformed by a wizard. I was once powerful, beautiful. I was a god.
I mean,
And now I'm this.
God?
You're still kind of cool looking. If
Can
if
they hear this?
Asumi- or if,
No, I
if
assume
Sumi's-
that you're essentially parroting back to him.
Okay, yeah, and she'd be trying to do the creepy voice for him.
Well, I think you're a cool looking stone. If that helps.
I'm going to find a way to kill all of you.
Get in line, honey.
Well, that's rude.
Oh boy.
If I may, Uh,
E-
Rainier, don't worry. You are fine. We just wanted to make sure in case there was something you recognized. You do not. You are fine now.
Okay, can I leave?
Yep.
All right, I'm
No.
gone. Bye. No,
Get
no.
back here.
Got it. Fine. He sits back down on the bed. Fine, I'm here.
Wait, I
I don't
thought
know.
I was trying to get the guy who we saved in the closet because he's the one whose family is.
Yes, that's me. Hi, I'm
Yeah.
Rainair.
Oh, I thought that
Yeah.
was.
The
No,
guy.
Sorry,
who-
you
I
sound
just
like
haven't-
Bolo.
I've just never seen it. We are both a bit whiny sometimes, okay? It's been a long week.
It's okay. It's okay.
Look, I'm just saying we. Okay, Galore, Steve.
Galore. Why did you get turned into a stone by a wizard? Like,
That is inconsequential.
You were evil as heck, weren't you?
Evil. What is evil to a god who makes morality?
What is a god to a non-believer?
Oh,
I'll pelt you.
Apparently not. Look, not. How about where were you headed with our friend here when she woke you up?
I do not have to answer questions to you.
I mean, you could, or I could
No, I'm
just
not
suddenly
going with that.
start playing a song in my head for hours. I can do that.
Cat
That
eats
is-
food.
that is
Meow
not the
meow
threat
meow.
I think it is.
And she's gonna start playing this world's version of Baby Shark in her head.
baby dragon, do 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 do, baby dragon, do 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 do.
Wielder,
Hmm?
I am compelled to answer your questions, but no others.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, ask him where he was going then.
So where were we going?
Is that one of your 3 questions?
There's 3 questions. Okay, so there are rules. Got it.
Before we do anything hasty, 2 things. 1, do we want to waste the questions that might help us find the treasure when we have to give this treasure to Xanathar?
No, of course not, but we didn't know the parameters until now.
He asked
True.
me if that was going to be a question, so we haven't asked anything yet. He's being fair.
Fine. Follow up. Are we prepared to give Xanathar a stone that could possess him and give the power to Steve? of
No, we're
Xanathar?
gonna give him the treasure, not the stone.
True, but Xanathar also said he wants the stone, and Xanathar is very crazy, so if we give him the treasure but not the stone, he might still do something weird.
Yeah, but he wants the stone to get the treasure. Besides the fact, looks at Asumi. I think they're attached now. I'm not sure how you'd break that.
We're besties now, yep.
We may want to get in touch and at least let him know that of the development.
Raise his finger. I'd really rather not. He doesn't need to know. He's gonna get his
Flashes
treasure.
over to it. I wonder where everyone is today. No one's talking to me.
Meanwhile, Jardani just flashes back to the casino. I will kill the next red-haired person with a funny accent.
Whose name starts with J specifically.
Look, Giordani, if you really want to give him an update, I can take care of that, but I guarantee you we really should not mention this stone to him. He wants the treasure, not the stone. He only wants the stone to get the treasure, so let's just focus on the treasure.
Is that technically true, or do you remember him wanting to have the stone to have anything he wants?
He wants the stone to the end of getting enough money to get whatever he wants forever.
Huh, okay.
As long as we find the treasure, we don't need to give him the stone.
I will also take the stone.
You're not here, sir.
Got it.
Now,
Nah, you just said
Would you
just
rather
focus on your
have the
fish.
yeah? Would you rather have the treasure?
all I,
I saw there was a goldfish. Can I have it?
If he wastes his one question on a goldfish, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yes.
It's
Well,
the
no.
simple things, I guess.
Time ticks on. What is your question, Wielder?
Guys, he's getting a little, antsy.
I think we should ask where the treasure is because that's kind of what we're looking for, right?
May as well get it out of the way.
Specifically, the treasure of the Never Ember estate.
All right.
Well, actually, no.
So-
Rainier, what is your father's name?
It's also Neverember. It Lord Neverember, Masked Lord Neverember. I mean, it's up to you.
I mean, I don't know how evil or crazy this stone is. I just figure if we use your dad's exact name and say his treasure, we should get exactly what we want.
Let me see if I have it in my in my old memory banks here. What was my dad's
Pulls out a
name?
Rolodex.
Okay, let's see. What
He
was
did-
dad?
Like, licks finger. Nah. Nah.
What was
nah.
Pop's name?
Yeah.
What was
I-
the old man?
He wasn't very fond of me. We were only on a last name basis.
I only knew him as old Lord Neverember. Let's see, what was his name?
Oh, it's the DM who's like, shit.
Yeah, no, that's the one on that. Let's see, never. Quick old Google function. Dagult. My dad's name was Dagult.
There we go.
Yep. I definitely remembered that instantly.
Yep, totally. Didn't have to look through your notes to find it.
Definitely not.
But yes, I think the best first question would be the location of Dagult Neverember's treasure.
I'm just gonna say, just repeat that as Sasumi, because I brain
Yeah.
for a second there.
Brain go.
Yeah, sorry.
Very well. Let's see here. Specifically, how would I describe this?
I don't know, DM, how would you describe this?
I'm looking at it.
I'm just messing with you, buddy. I really am. I'm not.
No, I
actually-
know. If you can't mess with your DM, who holds your characters' lives in the balance, who can you mess with?
True. I'm having the best time of my life right now.
I'm very glad.
Oh, what a day.
Oh, this is hysterical. He honestly, out of all of them, this is the worst one to be attuned to.
It's true. In so many ways. If he gets control of her, he's deadly. If he loses control, she will drive him loopy.
She is
let's
trying to
see.
give him mental and emotional damage by just being her.
Okay, let's see. Good to know. There is not specifically one location on here. Is there really not anything that says where it is in Waterdeep? I give you the information on where it is. Ta-da, look, there it is. It's the vault of dragons. Ta-da, you now know where it is, in that specific area.
Okay, and what does that translate to, DM?
You are able to make your way, if you so choose, you can at any point make your way to the location of the Vault of Waterdeep. You have the map, I shall say, even though it doesn't tell me where in the city it is.
Oh, so it's playing you this time.
Yeah, no,
Well,
the adventure literally just says you can ask the stone where it is, and it will answer. It's like, what? What does it tell me though?
To Google.
Welcome to modern WotC module writing. I am.
See, you're killing me.
Would this be a good time to take a break so you can figure it out?
Oh, sure, we can take a break
I
regardless.
use a biological break.
Stay
Yeah.
by the bell.
So I look for this abomination.
Oh, well,
Alright,
this,
I'm going to the bathroom.
I'll be free.
Oh.
Meanwhile, let's see. Constraints.
Hello, chat. I see you. Hello. How y'all doing?
I think that most people are very much enjoying our dumbass antics.
I hope so.
We are definitely quote unquote heroes.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part, is that with every time I have to do one of these miniseries, I've almost never played a group that is specifically heroes.
God, Dahlia wasn't really a hero, but was the only people. I think it cracks me up. The last miniseries, I purposely made Dahlia not to be a people person in a way, and she ended up being the most people person.
Not only the most people person, the most attractive and the most sought after.
I don't know why.
Well, first of all, we all know why right off the bat. Everyone wants a hot, Goth GF. This is the year of our Lord 2023.
Oh my god.
Listen,
You gave them too much power.
you make very, very attractive characters.
What happened now? I just came back.
We were talking a little bit about the last miniseries we played in, and Tweets' character there, which, if you got time to kill, why don't you check out Web of Deceit, because, oh boy, Dahlia was a trip.
Got it.
Strong
God,
Morticia Adams
Dahlia.
energy.
Nice.
God. If I had a nickel for every time a character hit on her, I would have 3 nickels, which is a lot, but it's surprisingly enough for me to be like, what the heck?
Now, here's a question. Is Newt giving her a flower at the end one of those 3?
That is up to you to decide.
Listen, I don't even know, because Newt is also super awkward. You need to remember. Look at Newt. Newt was constantly surrounded by humans, so nobody wanted to talk to Newt.
Aww.
But yeah, while we're between moments, I also want to thank K-Pop Barbarian and Extra Val, who we know from the Unexpectables communities, for dropping some follows.
Oh,
Hope you guys are
hey!
enjoying this fun.
Nice.
Hi, Extra
Oh,
Val.
man. I hope I'm making you guys laugh as hard as possible with how.
Oh my
Asumi's
god,
just
you
super chill.
are. Also, yes, the croissant. I love how that's just Emily's now, like, to ghost.
The croissant always returns.
I was having fun while the DM essentially had control of me. I was like, I'm gonna doodle.
And yeah, I also love that both you and Tweets, every time you have drawn him, capture Jardani's 1 brain cell energy so well.
Is there a way to show this to chat?
Let me see if I can't pop that in there. We'll have 1 second.
I still love the meme I did last session.
Oh, it was great.
Artful. There it is.
I hope I didn't overstep JC, because like
Oh,
I
no.
love the idea of this batty ass little Asumi just like I'm not stuck with you, you're stuck with
You're
me.
trapped with me. Not at all. Feel free to interact with this incredibly powerful ancient relic as you please.
There we go. So let me just switch back over to our game scene real quick.
I
There's the
think
art that
there's-
Blue did, and I'll see if I can't. Well, let me.
There's another
Expand it.
doodle added into the thing by the by.
Is there? Where are
No,
you?
it's the same one in the top left. Oh, you mean in the big picture?
Where
Yeah,
are you?
big picture.
Reveal yourself to me, shadowy demon. I will find you. Not the cat. The cat's old. It's not the
It's not the
you.
beholder eye.
not the beholder. It's not the small tweetums.
Oh, I see it. Nicely done.
Where are you?
This one's a hard one.
Oh, I
Down
see it.
there?
I will
Turn.
zoom in for chat because they have to see it from my perspective.
Where are you? I'm not going to look at chat. I'm going to try to find it normally.
You're not gonna cheat. Good job.
I know, I'm a man of incredible valor at this stage.
I'm so happy you're enjoying it, Bubba.
Where are you?
Actually, there's another one too.
Darn it!
And now I zoom back out.
Yes,
know
good.
that one's
Good
in
luck
there.
trying to
Oh, I
find-
see it.
Where is it? This one's a... Oh,
There's
wait,
two.
is it?
There-
No? No,
there's
that's...
two
I
now.
thought this was an upside-down smiley face right here. Like, right about here. I thought upside-down smiley face. No,
No.
that's just sweat. Darn it.
No.
I see
There's-
them. They're,
I-
they're they're right there.
Where are they? Where? Inspiration for whoever sells the other one out first.
Sure. Unless that's in writing, I don't believe it.
Yeah, exactly. You're a wise person to not believe that.
Listen, I only know one DM who's crazy enough to go super hard with inspiration, and because of it, it is abused every session because we get 1 inspiration per session in Cholta personality, which means
Wow.
I mean, it's Tomb of Annihilation though. I feel like that's just a merciful DM.
that true,
Yeah.
but for the first like 35 sessions, I saved my inspiration solely for death saves. And then I finally got to the level where, oh yeah, now I have, if you drop to 0 but don't die outright, you drop to 1 hit point instead, so I can kind of mitigate that.
Welcome back, Sarah. There's
I
2
will
doodles.
I will never
There's-
find this thing.
Yeah. You will.
There's 2.
Don't believe in myself.
You can find it.
I don't know.
You
if I
can find maybe 1. I don't know about the other
doomed.
one.
I love Neve's mood.
Yes.
I love that it
Moves,
went
moves,
from just the
moves.
basic annoyed to where I draw it is just the panicked annoyed.
Is this one new?
Which one?
This one down here? I feel like he was already there.
No, yeah, he's already there.
Darn it. Are you new? I don't think you're new.
No, that's old.
Darn it.
No, that's the one I drew today.
Darn it all. And he was already here, and so was the cat.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the session.
I know.
There's
How
two.
am I this blind?
There's two.
Oh well, I will return to this. Okay.
So I will say 1 second because we were stuck with chat. I'm going to step away for 1 quick second, but luckily I'm the quickest of us all. So.
All right, you go ahead. I will continue to look.
It says to this day he continues to look and still hasn't found it. You can hear his cries.
It's like, well, we're gonna
Correct.
call it early today for me to figure this out.
Exactly. Well, I planned for us to get further, but you know what? Until I can find this, I just don't feel like continuing. Oh Lord above, how am I? Which side of the screen is it on?
There's one on the left side and one
that
on
doesn't
the right side.
Oh, evenly split. That doesn't help me at all.
This is beautiful.
Is the eyeglass new? Is this new?
No, that's
was
been
already
there. Yeah, that's
Darn.
been there for a while.
Is this new?
No.
No.
I'm just going through all of the things. Has Xanathar always been here? Did someone draw him?
It was us the whole time.
Darn it all. Oh well.
Maybe the hidden doodles were the friends we made along the way.
Also, I'm back.
Jeez, can't believe I got to throw a gold dragon at you guys. Oh well.
Why?
You want me
Why?
to give you a hint?
Throw a gold
mean,
dragon. They won't attack us. They're the
Sure, we could
nicest.
do some,
Oh,
sure
I
there's
was
some
gonna.
side stuff we could still do.
Yes.
Yeah.
In any case.
I mean, to be fair,
so-
Aaron just threw a black dragon at us in another game we're doing.
Yeah, there you go. So I have located the specific area. He informs you that it is located within the I suppose directions to the actual vault itself. There's a hidden passage
She's
in
rewriting
a
this
old
down.
tower. Yes, in an old tower within the portion of the city.
All right, writing this down.
So there's a secret passage and a tower in the town.
Yes. And he would specify the specific specificities of it, but
Yeah.
you can find this area at your
That leads to the
at
Vault
your
of Dragons, right?
that
Yep.
leads to the Vault of Dragons.
I would suggest we do this at night now that we have a location of something that's very coveted.
Raise his finger. I would suggest we do this tomorrow since I'm a little tapped.
Fair
Yes.
enough.
This would also give us time to perhaps procure any last-minute items. Do we have any other way of getting additional funds? Giordani says, pulling out the pockets of his coat, showing that he is very broke.
Oh,
I mean,
do
I'm-
have. I do have this, and Emily holds out the 5-stone pouch thing. It's worth 100 for if you want to have it.
Yes, JC, how much is actually there?
it is 500 gold.
I can make do with this. If we are going to go somewhere, I may want to pick up a suitable replacement as he holds up his gun.
Mhm.
Questions remain.
I hear you, Steve. Relax.
No, I wonder if Steve knows exactly who it was who caused that big crater. Seeing as how he might have been with the guy. Or did
Is that
Steve...
a question?
I didn't ask you specifically, and you said you're not going to listen to them, Steve.
I'm not. I'm asking you.
I
Wait a
didn't ask the
minute.
question.
Or if it was that Steve possessed the guy like he's possessing you and did it. Anyway, just wondering. She's deliberate, just like, I don't give a shit about Steve. He can sit around for as long as it takes to ask these fucking questions.
I can't ask him any questions right now because then it would waste any.
I know.
You
I'm
remain.
Okay, I heard you.
just pondering.
Should we ask what to expect in this place?
That would be a good thing to know if there are traps or guards.
Or like, I don't know, a guard thing, maybe?
So specifically what dangers we may face?
Yes, that sounds broad and encompassing enough.
Is that what you want me to ask him?
If you would be so kind.
Okay. And for the sake of my brain, that's exactly
Yes.
what
What
he
is
asked.
the specific question that was being asked?
What?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, you had it, and you're the one asking it, so go ahead.
Do you want to phrase it like what dangers what dangers what words?
What dangers
What
lurk within the
dangers-
tower and the vault?
Yeah.
Yeah, the tower and the vault.
The actual tower itself is inconsequential before the vault. The vault is guarded by Orinax.
What was that in like normal voice?
Orinax.
And with
Orinax.
and
Which
with
is
Does
spelled
that
like
ring
it.
any bells for any of us?
It is a gold dragon.
And we're really gonna face the dragon.
We really are gonna face a dragon.
So Orinax is not a plural word. Orinax is the name of this dragon.
Correct. Yes.
it is a proper noun.
Which this adventure is fond of.
Apparently.
Oh yes.
It sure likes its proper nouns.
Okay. I'm also going to DM you a quick question, JC.
Yes.
Do.
Assuming I'm in a state is asking her or stating to her friend something, not to Steve, just so that you know. She's like, it makes me wonder what's gonna happen once you ask the final question of this thing.
Is that a question?
I'm not talking to you, Steve. I'm talking to my friends.
That actually is a good question.
I feel like we could just leave it at one left and just, unattune it. Put it back in a bag.
True. I believe if you place a magic item far enough away from yourself inside of a lead-lined pouch, it should break attunement.
Do we have any of those? Or does the bag that we had do that?
I do still have the bag. Is the bag lead lined?
The bag was not lead lined. No.
Nah, it's just a regular bag.
Would
Sure, we
Darren
could
have
pick
one?
one up somewhere though.
She had some, maybe.
Would Durnan have them? Are you guys asking?
Yeah.
I can ask Dern real quick while
As you
everybody's
lean
busy.
outside, Durnan, you got anything?
I feel like Durnan, specifically as a former, top-level adventurer, would know the importance of lead-lined bags.
As you, if you are actually asking.
Yeah. Emily will go down and be like, "Hey, Dern, I have a question. You don't
Yep,
happen
what
to
you
have
need?
you don't happen to have any lead-lined pouches or bags or anything, would you?"
Small or medium?
Let's do small.
Yep, got it right here. He actually just reaches underneath. Keep one hand. There you go.
All right, thank you so much. And she'll go back up and be like, "I got a small one."
That'll work. And she'll just take the stone out and drop it in the bag. All right, Steve. Boop.
Yes. So hold on. Let's take a look at attunement. I'm gonna have to look up all sorts of fun rules. Let's see. Attunement.
I just find it funny that what it would be like, oh, you get rid of the thing it gave you. I'm like, I already have it.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoop. You no longer smell like citrus. No.
Aw, I was getting used to that.
Let's see here. So, comes through. Go ahead and just anyone who would know. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
I'm guessing that would probably be Neve.
I guess Giordani would do it just because he suggested it, but this will be hilarious given his modifier.
I guess maybe Emily will too.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know.
totally, Yardani. If you put that in a lead bag, that will absolutely,
Let's just,
That will
are we
absolutely
just
break
rolling
it.
on this?
you guys are more than welcome to if you think that you might know.
16?
16,
10.
10.
That nat
alright.
20 though.
I know, that's so unfortunate. Neve, as you remember, you don't think that lead itself would necessarily stop the attunement, but it can either be ended voluntarily after another short rest, or via if you move it like 100 feet away for 24 hours, or kill the person.
I could just take a short rest.
Yes.
Well, it's like, well, you can either kill yourself, you can move it far 100 feet away for 24 hours, or you can just go to sleep for a little while.
I love how your first answer to me is kill myself.
To be fair,
What?
she could bring
No.
you back.
I mean, you can, like, crash here.
I mean, I would assume you'd probably want me under surveillance until this ends.
That would be
Meh.
Can also
ideal.
be ended by another creature attuning.
Oh, or if someone else were to attune to it, I suppose. Hey, wait a minute. Did we get another 3 questions then? But then we have
I
to deal
can't-
with that thing trying to possess me.
Yeah, I would not.
You know, I think we got the 2 important questions we needed.
Unless
What
you want
works-
to keep him attuned to me until we get up to that point.
What about cross possession?
Eh?
Well, I'm just saying. We have a ghost now.
I think that's how it works, right? Like,
The more powerful entity could end the possession of another, and given this thing's power, I think it would kick Leaf's ass.
yeah, and we just got Leave as a friend. I really
wouldn't
don't
bring
want
him
to
into
do
that.
that. Yeah.
Eh, you say that, but you didn't. You didn't puke when he got unpossessed, so I wonder how powerful he is.
Volunteered to do
Yeah.
that.
That was kind of on you.
But I wasn't saying that. I'm just saying. I would think if this thing was that powerful, it would make you puke too.
Oh, you just want to see it happen for your pettiness. Got it.
Not petty.
I mean, protection from good and evil kind of mitigates that.
Which
Oh,
is at this stage ended.
Well, I guess I'm taking a nap.
Alrighty. So, if you are wanting to do so, you may certainly settle down for a short rest.
Well, we may as well do a full rest since it's evening, and as I said, I need to recharge all my spells.
I guess we're all taking a nap here in the room.
I was about to say, Giardani will take a long rest, but first he has to run a quick errand.
Alrighty. So,
Also, make
as-
sure we're not being followed.
Yes,
Yeah,
he will
so
probably
is
do
the-
that. So first, perimeter sweep around the yawning portal.
as you do, as you look down, you do see that there seems to be a group of people talking to Durnan.
And given my history, do any of them look like they might be from my side of the tracks, let's say?
Doesn't quite look like it, actually. It looks about the opposite.
Oh,
You mean like a castle lantern?
Who can say?
I was about to say, yes. Giardani might go over there and just sit down and as if he's waiting to be served. So I'll just move over to the other map real quick.
Yep, as you make your way over.
Meanwhile, she's gonna take a nap and have Baby Shark playing on blast.
In my headcanon, this is just Giardani's seat whenever Emily's there.
So as you sit down,
Oh, you're Donnie. Good. Just the man I need to see.
How can I help you, Durnan?
he gestures over to a gentleman with his 2 attendants next to him. A very well dressed in various nice. What would the word be? Yeah, deep crimsons, maroons, a few tracings of gold embroidered into it.
This is Victorio Castellanter.
Called it.
He's looking for Asumi.
Oh. Yes. I have not seen her since I came back to town. She has been very busy from what I hear.
Ah, that is unfortunate. The pleasure is mine, Victorio Castellanter, as he said. And you are Donnie, yes?
Yes.
Ah,
So can I get an insight on this guy? Just because.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah. All right. Just a sec.
Because he already knows that Asumi knows this is probably bullshit.
Yes.
Or absolutely feels like bullshit.
Yes. Why do you think he immediately walked up to this man and started lying?
I don't know. Habit?
That's rude.
Alrighty. And so what are you looking to ascertain?
Okay, so I would be looking to ascertain again, like basic posture, as well as if he seems genuinely worried, if he seems, you know, like in a hurry, stuff like that.
Like if he's sus as shit.
Yeah, basically he's just looking for like I'm trying to think of the word. It's micro expressions. That's it. Micro expressions and stuff.
You can tell he seems a bit. Specifically, when you say nope, haven't seen her, there's a small little trace of annoyance, like really, but you get the sense that that might come from the fact that he knows that you're not being truthful about it.
Because you have no reason to just tell him whatever.
Yes, and if this man knows anything about Jardani or goes around asking about Jardani after this, he might learn some things.
Well, that is unfortunate if you have not seen my daughter. I was hoping that she was still within the area. I had sent a letter to her, and from what Dernan was saying, you were one of her acquaintances.
Yes, we have worked together on several odd jobs. If I see her, I will let her know about these. Is there a place where I can find you to if I point her in your direction?
Well, yes, you can. You can, I suppose, direct her to the actual estate itself. I was hoping to have a moment with her in private to actually discuss the reason for my asking her to be here, but... oh well, I suppose you don't always get what you want.
That is the sad cost of life, as Jardani will motion for Dernan to pour him a whiskey.
Yeah. Dernan will do so.
I hope these guys don't try to go into that room because they're gonna be sorely sorry, considering that the other three are in that room.
Well, if they start moving up the steps, I don't think they're going to make it to that room because Jardani will then immediately start doing the things that Dernan doesn't like Jardani doing in this bar.
Breaking things.
Yeah, so, like we were just saying, I was talking with Victorio here about the situation. Apparently, there is a festival that they're putting on for Founders Day, and I suppose he wanted to make sure that all of his children were there. That about right? Yes, I was hoping to have a grand reveal of an embracement of a part of my history that I'm not proud that I shunned.
Just the echo in the distance. You're so full of shit. Right? Joking. I'm joking. It's totally out of character.
Exactly. I figured so.
Well, I do place a strong importance on family. If I see her, I will make sure to send her to your estate.
I see. Well, I suppose there's not much to be done in that case. But if you do happen to, I would appreciate it. And let's see. He reaches into his pocket. I wanted to give this to her in person, but if you... He looks at Dernan, like, almost as if, do I trust this guy? And he's like, yeah. Dernan kind of gives a little bit of a shrug. If you do see her, this is my signet ring. Please give it to her, so that way she may enjoy the full benefits of her name.
Thank you. It is safe with me. I shall endeavor to make sure it reaches her hands.
Well, that is very kind. And you know, if you are in need of any charity work or anything of that sort, we have numerous philanthropic societies that would be more than willing to have a man hear of your ability and stature. I'm sure that you would do some wonderful work. But very well. Wilfort, Tessina, and as he stands up, she is two. There's one, Tessina. It seems to be a very an elderly tiefling with streaks of white hair through her otherwise crisp black hair. And then the other one is a very sharply dressed tiefling wearing very thin spectacles, who also is an elderly male tiefling, very salt and pepper hair.
So, two things, I might have to roll different things. Does this Yasina seem to share a similar orangish reddish tint to her pigmentation?
No, she almost looks pretty much like full crimson.
It's not odd for tieflings to kind of variant and shade.
Yes.
Listen, the D&D community ignored the actual description of tieflings a long time ago.
Exactly. Everyone
That is
does their own
true.
thing.
I would say if she shares anything with a tiefling, if you're talking biology-wise here, it would be the markings more than just the color of the skin. Because
Yeah.
she has, like, tiger-like stripes on her sides and the big mark down her face.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just looking for any signifiers of any, like, actual relation. Yeah.
Don't appear to be related.
Okay.
And as from what you gather, they appear to be more associates of Victoria in this case.
Okay, could you drop their names in the chat right there real quick?
Yes, I can.
Because I can remember
We have-
Yasina, but the other one's going to completely just go in the ear and out the other.
All right.
Gone.
Let me grab them. Hippity-bip-bap-bap-bap. There we go. We have Willifert Crowell. Such a silly name. And
I thought you said
Tessina
Crowley, and I was like, oh no, he's back.
is back. And Tessina Kyrat. And then, of course, he is Lord Victorio Castellano.
That one I already know. We have that in our notes like 4 times at this point.
There you go. Too bad, you're getting him
Lord, full
again.
of bullshit.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, Yardani will nod to them and begin slowly imbibing this whiskey.
All right. And with that, they will, they'll take their leave. As Darren kind of sees them up. So, she's related to the Castellanders, huh?
Giordani will put the whiskey down and put up his famous air quotes, related.
Well, I mean, general perception of them around the city is they are pretty solid.
True, but we've been hearing some worrying things. And to be fair, Dernan, I'm pretty sure this is one of those headaches you don't want.
Fair enough.
Asumi did tell it. Both, even Durin was in front. Durin was in front of them that she absolutely believes it's bullshit because she's lived her entire life in this area, and now all of a sudden is why she's
Yes.
like, no bullshit.
Yes.
But Giordani will thank him, say, I will pay for this when I come get change for a purchase I'm about to make. I'm pretty sure you don't want to, like, give out several hundred in gold and change.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, so I will be back and I will pay for this. Also, you get free perimeter security for the next few minutes. I have to do a sweep.
I'll take it.
Yep, alright, and do you mind if I use the back door here?
Feel free.
Okay. And Giordani will sweep the perimeter, making sure that no one is loitering around that doesn't typically loiter around, because it's a bar in Waterdeep. There's probably going to be regulars like, hey, Steve, waiting for an assassination? Yeah.
Just the way of things.
Well, it's because we also know that this thing is constantly on the move for reasons.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
as you kind of sweep around, the Castellanders linger talking outside just for a little bit, just talking amongst themselves. Like,
I thought she was here, man.
oh well, just from what you can kind of gather from the distance, hard to say unless you were trying to get close to listen in.
No, he could... I think the fact that he was willing to pass out his, like, signet ring is enough that, like, he's in his desperate times.
Yes.
So, aside from that, is there anything you want me to roll for the perimeter sweep, or...
I'd say just in general, you would know nothing procs your concerns.
Okay, well then, Giordani is going to head for the go-between because he has to make a very expensive purchase.
Beautiful, perfect. And as we are starting to get a little bit towards the end here, I'll probably finish up here with the information that, assuming as the time passes and Giordani goes to leave, you finish on a tuning. At which point I need a wisdom save.
wisdom save. 12.
All right. So
This thing has bounced on a nat 20 several times and goes,
yeah,
no.
that is unfortunate. So as you unattune from it, all memory of the Stone of Galore, as well as any information that it has provided you, as well
That's
as
why I
anything
said
that
she
has
wrote it
happened, yes, has blipped out of your mind.
Thank goodness.
Thank
Good
God I
call.
had. Yeah, I was like, something's gonna go fucky wucky. I'm gonna write shit down.
Yes, your mind is a blank. You're like, why are we at the bar now? What happened?
I thought we were in your shop.
Huh? It's like, I imagine Neve was like still in, like, as I said, I was gonna get a full night's sleep, and she's just like, huh? What? Oh. Wait, did you?
What happened?
Is that thing still in your head?
What thing?
Figures. She will gingerly just go collect the stone, put it back in its pouch, and do
Oh
like,
man,
already
it
in
was
the
a
pouch.
stone.
she will take the stone back, sort of pocket, and be like, don't worry about it, go back to sleep, we'll explain in the morning. You wrote that stuff down, right?
Yeah, she did.
What stuff?
Well, no, to me, be like, what stuff? And I'll just look and see, like, oh yeah, there they are. God, your handwriting's awful.
No, it actually is pretty good. She has to act as a lady.
Stop ruining my fun!
Nope.
This coming from the doctor.
Yeah, the one that's supposed to have unintelligible writing.
yes.
Anyway, assuming, yeah, Neve will just be like, don't worry about it, go back to sleep, we'll explain in the morning.
Fair enough.
As you pocket the stone, you can almost feel it glaring through the bag.
It did say it hated Neve the most as currently.
Just like,
It's only-
pat.
Only compounded. But yes, and so with that, as the castle lanterns return to their area, and as the rest of the group breaks off to do their own things, with Yardani going to the go-between, and you all resting for the evening, that is where we will end our, I believe, 5th session. And with that, everyone gets the lovely benefit of, hey, you level.
Ooh!
Another level
Yeah.
and a long rest.
Oh,
boy!
Another
boy!
one.
Alright,
As
let me just
we
hit my
draw
long rest
near
now.
to the conclusion of this.
Really glad that we're getting another level because we just
shit.
found out we've got a gold dragon to deal with.
Everything's always give and take.
Looking at that, I'm just gonna be like, well, I'm glad I have a fighter's hit dice because now I might be able to survive one breath weapon.
Wah. But yes, and so that is where we will leave it. Isn't that delightful?
Right?
Why do you keep talking like that?
I mean, I don't know what you mean.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I also need to just like let me add into party notes that I have this ring.
Well,
Yes.
I'm sad. I thought like taking I thought hitting the long rest button was supposed to like reset everything.
It should, yeah.
So,
Nah, it doesn't for me.
Yeah.
I'm
you
having to
take
do
long
it all
rest
manually.
And hit confirm.
I did.
Let me
It is
see
weird.
what might be happening here. Let's see. In that one, I believe, and then scroll down to Neve Humbel.
I'm doing it myself now. I'm just like,
I'm just taking a look at things.
I still gotta get back my Misty Step because I get that back now. Need my Misty Step.
but yeah,
let's
since
see.
now we've got all of that.
Looks like
going
it reset everything on my end.
Oh, there we go. Now I get Misty Step back. Yeah, because I just did it all by hand.
Uh,
But yeah, I guess it's time for us to start going around the horn. Let's go in reverse this time. JC, where can people find you?
Waha! You can find me at a variety of places, such as, but not limited to, Twitter, Jacob Carlson VO, TikTok, Jacob Carlson VO. You can find me on Discord at JC Doodles, and also Twitter has JC Doodles as well, but I don't use it too often. But yes, that's where you can find me.
Alrighty, moving right along. Tweets, where can people find you?
Oh, beans. When I'm not busy eating croissants, you can find me over at my Twitter at Miss Tweetums, where I repost memes and occasionally post art. Tomorrow and Sunday, I will be over at twitch.tv/Montyglue for a Pokemon tournament. There's going to be 7 other lovely participants. You may know them as Theropod Art, Brachyzoid, Arkolf, Gaius, the Gentle Bro, an Elm, an AP. I'm butchering names. I'm so sorry. But we're all gonna be fighting at the Pokemon Denny's parking lot for a tournament. 2 p.m. PST time. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
And I'll be there with a tailgating chair and mini beers cheering for Taro and Tweets. And also, Arkoff will be my dark horse, only because I'm sharing all my love for the people I've gotten to play with, and unfortunately, Arkoff is the person whose schedule never works with any of these miniseries.
Honestly, I'm here to watch Connor do his very best.
Yeah,
commentary.
It's gonna be very entertaining.
To be fair, he's done commentary on different things before. He's great at commentary. He's not gonna know shit about Pokemon though, so it's gonna be great. I'm looking.
That's what I'm here for.
Well then, we might as well move right on to you, Blue. Where can people find you?
Hello, I'm Blue Kazanate. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter with that same name. You can also find me playing as my other tiefling, the Goodest Bean, Citra, over on the D6 D&D live Twitch channel. And I have a bunch of art coming out soon for it that I had to hold on to it because we just started replaying our episodes now. So yeah, we're back, guys. We're back from being gone for an extra month we didn't expect to be gone for.
We'll say, good time. You should probably give it a check out. And if you want to start from the beginning, they have a YouTube.
And we also have a podcast on, things like freaking Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Anchor as well.
Awesome.
And then there's the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
There's so many.
And Sarah, where can people find you?
On Twitter at Sarah with an H and with an E Willia, and also YouTube at the same. Yeah, I've also already shilled, but tomorrow we'll be on doing Gateway with the Unexpectables, and that'll be fun. And, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on or what's coming up yet. I'm just trying to keep up until spring starts.
Trust me, that is a mood. But aside from that, you've already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube at the same thing, where... Oh, we've got a lot of D&D coming up because next week, from the sounds of it, unless anything comes up, we should have yet another one of those fun weeks where I have 3 games at once on this channel. So keep an eye out for that, and possibly this Sunday or some other time. Hell, it may even be Saturday night after the tournament ends. I don't know. It's all up to me and Citric's schedule. We're going to be going through a bunch of the demos that they put out on Steam recently. I've got like 5 or 6 games. I know nothing about any of these games. I just know that none of them are full of hentai because I can't stream those. And also, the ones I saw that were full of hentai were horrifying.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, there was one game, I'm just like, okay, this is beyond horny on main. This is like horny with a like megaphone.
A little bit.
Yeah, I was like, no.
No,
but
thank you.
But yes, keep an eye out for that stream where we're definitely just going to fuck around. There's a lot of fun side-scrolling games that look pretty interesting, so we'll probably be trying to mess around with that. But now it's time for us to find somebody to raid. Oh, it's a popular night.
It is. Connor streaming right now?
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
Streaming.
Then
Brachyzoid's streaming, he's streaming, Lanny's streaming,
I think we did Connor
Rabbit's
last
streaming.
True.
Bromad's streaming,
It's rare
I'd
that I
say
get
Rabbit's streaming.
Yeah, I think we'll raid Rabbit because it's rare that I get to raid into him.
Okay,
Yes,
fair enough.
good. We will shout at him.
Yes,
Various
it's time for our
things.
raid message.
Steve the Stone says hi.
Yeah, that works.
Yes, I like that.
Okay, let me make sure I'm spelling. Yep.
Craig
alright.
didn't even appear this episode.
I know, poor Craig.
But but
Aw.
you're getting a long rest. That means you get to fix Craig, so he can appear everywhere.
I mean,
True.
I think he was fixed last long
I'm
rest.
sure he probably
but-
also was.
He was. I just never used him.
True.
Poor
We didn't want to burn down Jardani's new house.
The poor thing.
Oh.
But yeah, our raid message is Steve the Stone says hi, and we will see you all next week. Thank you all for stopping by.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.